Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here in the booth. On my right, Ethan Troll on my left. Max Weiland, the TD, getting it done. Ava Lombatis up there up top, giving us a bird's eye view right now at Campo Verde High School, where we have the last HJCAC game of the year for these two teams. The Sonoran Sidewinders taking on the Gila River Hawks. Mr. Ethan Troll, what can we expect to see tonight?
Well, we talked to both coaches in the pregame, and they both said the same thing, and that's letting their players know they got to lay it all out on the field tonight, especially for offers coming up later around the corner. And this game is going to be crucial for all kinds of film for both teams, whether that be the players or even the coaches too, and the referees. They're getting their own training in tonight as well. So it's going to be a very physical matchup. I think both teams are gonna fight really hard, especially with each player individually.
Yeah, Sonoran Sidewinders sitting with a record of 4-2, trying to turn that to 5-2 right now. 3-2 in the conference, 29 points per game, away record 2-1. So the Sidewinders having themselves a really nice season so far. With that, we'll go ahead and throw it to some of Mr. Troll's pregame interviews. See if we can roll those and take a look at what Coach Kane and Coach Chad were down there talking about. We'll be right back after this.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohen with the Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the best that sports has to offer. This week, I'll be doing a preview of the Arizona versus Cincinnati football game taking place this upcoming Saturday. The Bearcats and the Wildcats, Cincinnati and Arizona, are definitely two very competitive teams. Cincinnati just coming off a bye week, but also a loss to Utah. But considering the fact they're going to be at home in Cincinnati, they certainly should have home field advantage. Arizona comes in as underdogs once again. They've been mostly underdogs for the entire season, but finally, just this past week, they managed to beat Kansas by a final score of 24-20 and are finally bowl eligible. Both teams are bowl eligible, and it's certainly going to be a very interesting matchup to see what's going to happen. Arizona comes in with a very potent offense and defense. Cincinnati also comes in with an even more potent offense and an even more potent defense. And again, it's certainly going to be very interesting to watch as both these teams compete against one another. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in this game. I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping that my Arizona.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Once again, my name is Dane Palmer, here with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland over here on our left, controlling the graphics, controlling the producing. We've got a heck of a game on hand for you guys tonight. Hawks taking on the Sidewinders. Sidewinders have some absolute studs on the team. Ethan, one of the guys that we were talking about pregame. C.J. Williams, the wide receiver, a freshman coming out of Glendale, Arizona. Talk to me a little bit about the season he's having and what you've seen from him as a player so far.
Yeah, the way he's able to move, especially on kickoff returns and punt returns, has been absolutely incredible. Wherever you put him on the field, he's going to make a play. And there's been multiple plays this season where it feels like right away he's going to get blown up or tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and he's able to shake the defender off of him and find a way to gain at least 3 to 4 yards, and then if he gets lucky, even more after that. So he's definitely going to be somebody to watch tonight. And another player as well I want to highlight is Dylan White. He's been having a really good season, number 18. There was a game earlier in the season. The Sidewinders were facing the ACU Firestorm, and he caught the game-winning touchdown pass. He had a passing conversion on 2 points, and he also had a forced fumble and an interception. He's pretty much scored nearly on all phases, and it was really cool to see him have that kind of performance, and he's done really well on all phases for this team. He is all around. So watch for these two tonight to make big plays.
Yeah, one of the biggest weapons for sure on both those sides. And I think the real difference maker in this one isn't going to be just what's going on with the skill guys, but also defensively trying to get those stops in big moments. And of course, one of the most important things, as you can see there, some of our keys to the game, is establishing that run and getting started early. If you can establish the run game and get it going early, it'll open up the entire playbook for you, opens up those play action passes, keeps the defense on their toes, all that jazz, stuff that's important.
Jazz, I guess, is the right word to call it.
Stuff that's important to the offensive game side, part of football, are huge keys. And a big addition for the Gila River Hawks, new offensive coordinator Kevin Curry just brought on October 15th. Hawks put it out there, posted it, let everybody know. I want to take a second, go back here to the Sidewinders. Another player that we were talking about pregame, O-lineman Dylan Escalante, 6'6", 310 pounds. Comes from Shadow Ridge High School. Playing for the Sidewinders, and he's one of those guys that just sticks out. You see him down there. I'm not sure if we saw him down there in pregame warmups. I think I do now. See him over there on the sideline, but
Yeah,
he just sticks out like a sore thumb. You can absolutely see him wherever he's at. He's absolutely ginormous.
Yeah, and the thing about Escalante too, coming from a program like Shadow Ridge, who consistently has big guys and big size and good consistent offensive linemen over there too, it doesn't surprise me that he's the best offensive lineman out here on the field for both teams overall.
Sonoran Sidewinders getting ready to kick it off here at Campo Verde High School. HJCAC action brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. Once again, my name is Dane Palmer up here. My man Ethan Troll. It's like we're lined up on the wrong sides. It happens. Get a little confused during those coin flips. No, I deferred. No, you wanted to kick. No, I accepted. All types of stuff goes on down there with those meetings.
Yeah.
Officiating crew for tonight, Glenn Rathburn, going to be our head referee. Bob Butler, the umpire. Center judge, Jeff Vance. Head linesman, Chris Black. Line judge, Kelly Jackson. Side judge, Zane Wyatt. Jay Jacobson down there as the field judge. And Alex Herrera getting it done as the back judge tonight. Here we go. Let's get ready for some HJCAC football. Onside kick to start the game. Looks like it might have been touched a little bit early, and it doesn't go 10 yards regardless.
Yeah, that was a poor kick right there for the Sidewinders. It only traveled 5 yards, and it went off of one of their own players. So automatically, the Hawks start off with great field position already.
Ethan, how do you view that? Do you view that as kind of something that's too risky, or is that just the right amount of risk? If you think you have a dominant defense going for an onside kick early, trying to get the ball, knowing, hey, we'll let the defense go out there and try to get a stop and then come back with the offense.
Well, it's also the final game of the season, too. You may as well throw out what you have in your playbook, right? And if there's plays that you haven't called yet or plays that you haven't consistently called, give them a try. See what you can do. Again, this is the last game of the season. You may as well pull all the tricks out of the hat.
So the Hawks going to start on offense. Been a tough year for them as far as keeping guys on the field and injuries go. Dylan Curry playing quarterback tonight. He's had a good season, started all year. Talked to Coach Kane pregame, was telling us we've had to move some guys around, move them from the defensive line to the offensive line. Have to make a lot of adjustments. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Nice snap. Curry play action rolling out to his right, and that ball is incomplete. Looks like he was trying to find Thomas Ortega, Vista Grande graduate. Comes from Casa Grande, Arizona. A lot of Arizona guys on the squad tonight for the Hawks.
Yeah, from both of these squads, honestly, there's a lot of homegrown talent throughout the state. And going back to that last play, I like that they're trying to set up the play action early and get the defense on their toes a little bit. But on that throw by Curry, it was just a little short for Ortega. But at least they live another down. This is just the beginning.
2nd and 10 here after the incompletion from the Hawks. Getting ready. Curry drops back, fires to the right side. Got Ortega wide open this time at the sticks. Makes one miss spin move. Trying to reach forward and get up there. And looks like he's going to make it to the 25-yard line.
Very similar to the last play that they just drew, except this time it wasn't a play action. They went right back to Curry on the curl route and makes 2 spin moves and breaks a couple of tackles to get a good gain right there. Nice job by the Hawks. Expect them to set up the run now.
So good sign right there from Curry, able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and hit his target. Number 72, Josue Solis over there, protecting the blind side of the right-handed quarterback. Four-man rush coming for the Sidewinders. Low snap's going to be handed off anyways to Jared Williams, who's bouncing around somehow. Gets out of that one. Looked like they had him dead to rights in the backfield, but he just sneaks away and turns a broken play into a big gain.
Yeah, the Sidewinders like to run a defense called 3-4, which is where they have 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers. But right there, they sent a 4-man blitz with Dylan White on the edge right there, and he had the running back in the backfield. But like you mentioned, bounced right off and took the opportunity to get a good gain right there.
So 3-4 defense, definitely one of the tougher defenses to game plan against. It gives you a really good opportunity if you have some dominant linemen up there to get a good pass rush, bring extra blitzes when you need to, but also drop extra guys back in coverage in an obvious passing situation. See what the Hawks can drop here after another first down.
Here comes the blitz.
Curry going to hand it off up the middle, tripped up in the backfield. Archuleta trying to find his way around, not going to be able to. Bentley Corbin in there on the tackle for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, good pressure from the Sidewinders initially. Couldn't make the tackle, but his teammates came in and cleaned up the mess, forcing a second down on that blitz. And now you're going to expect the Sidewinders to probably get prepared for the passer. They're going to back up more of their defensive backs, and they've been doing that consistently a lot too. They don't play a whole lot of tight coverage. They like to play medium and soft, which gives the offense the opportunity to take advantage of what the defense gives them.
Yeah, you saw that there on the second play of the drive with that quick pass out there to Ortega. See what they draw up here again. 2-back set.
Watch the fade route here on the slot receiver. He has no one on him.
Gonna pull it, rolls out to his left. Curry looking end zone, fires, caught. Touchdown for the Hawks. Jaden Kalinowski in the end zone. Curry pulls the option and finds his man.
Right on cue, I called it. Ran a fade route to the outside. He wasn't open at first. Makes a cut on the left. Put his arm up in the air, and Curry took the shot. Went up for it. Touchdown, Jaden Kalinowski.
So something some of you basketball fans might be used to hearing. Curry hits his shot. Makes it 6-0 now. Hawks staying out there. Might be going for 2. See Curry jogging back out there. See what they got.
Now, the Hawks consistently go for 2. I mean, they kick extra points here and there, but when it comes to the overall execution of the offense, they love going for 2, and they love to stay aggressive.
Sometimes it plays into your hands, right? It really lets you run up that score. Curry out to the right side, complete to Williams, and he barrels in and converts the 2-point conversion. 8-0. Hawks go up early with that. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Ethan rocking out up in the booth right now. 8-0 already. Hawks offense looks like it's soaring right now. So not only does he protect the blind side, but Solis also comes on to do kickoffs. That one's going to make it to the 15, and it's going to be fielded. Sidewinders trying to find some field position, trying to get over a defender right there. Eventually tripped up and taken down. number 80 for the Sidewinders.
That was a little late attempt right there on the hurdle. He was already out of bounds, and he just decided to try and jump over somebody, but ends up face planting on the ground there. But now we get to see the Sidewinders offense come out, and they've been consistent overall. But again, the two guys to watch out for are Dylan White, your two-way player, and CJ Williams, the elusive, shifty slot receiver.
Yeah, also don't forget, look out down there for big number 71, Dylan Escalante. One of the elite offensive linemen here on the HJCAC. Now, Sidewinders getting their chance. Darling in at quarterback from Sandra Day O'Connor. He's going to give this one up the middle. Turned and swung around. Torrey Gray, the running back.
And Torrey Gray had a good game against the Papago Pumas not too long ago. He had good performances in both of those matchups, but when it comes to him, his run style, he loves to run up the gut, run up the A or B gaps. It doesn't really matter. You give him the ball, he's going to truck somebody down.
Second and medium now for the Sidewinders. Darling, give up the middle once again, and he's got some room. Gray still on his feet, breaking tackles. Finally gets swung down there. Torrey Gray making his presence felt early. Jason Gonzalez there, able to track him down. Big first down and more right there for the Sidewinders.
Right on cue. He likes to take somebody down with him, but this time not one, but two, but three. He decided to go shifty right there. His jersey nearly got ripped off halfway through the run. May as well keep it going.
Sidewinders moving quickly on first down. Another give up the middle. Looking for a crease. Bentley Corbin taking the carry right there. Another nice pickup on first down. This run game is humming.
Yeah,
for the Sidewinders.
Noah Gray and Bentley Corbin, like you said, those two are a dynamic duo when it comes to ground pound up the middle. Those are the only spots that they go to, because when they've tried to get them on the outside, it hasn't really worked out too well. But now you've got shotgun here, so we'll see if they're going to set up the pass now.
Dropping back, looking to his right quickly. It is caught. Somehow stays on his feet. CJ Williams. Will look like he might have still been up, but he is taken down.
Yeah, it looked like he was still up on that play, but they're going to call him down. And once again, CJ Williams on the initial catch, he had somebody right on him, throws him off, and still got another 3 yards after that. He's just one of those guys that's not going to go down. Even though he's smaller than everybody else out here, he's going to keep fighting.
Third and short now for the Sidewinders. Darling takes the snap up the middle once again. Williams, some flying up over a couple tacklers right there. Picks up more than he needs for the Sidewinders' first down.
Yeah, good run there. That was actually Noah Gray on the carry for the middle. And once again, they keep that up, they're going to tire this Gila River Hawks defense, because when you consistently run the ball so well, you're going to make good defenses tired. And that's exactly what the game plan is here tonight so far for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, Torrey Gray in there on the carry. Gilbert High School, Chicago, Illinois native. This time they give to the other running back there. Or Gray once again. Bell cow for this Sidewinders offense.
Yeah, it's now his 5th carry of the game already and over 30 yards rushing. That's a great way to start. I mean, you've been most of the offense of this drive. Keep feeding you the ball.
Second and medium for the Sidewinders. Like we're saying, this run game absolutely humming. Feels like it's about time, though, for a play action. Let's see what they do here. Hawks loading the box. Second down. Pulls it. Throws towards the end zone. Darling's pass incomplete. Looks like he was trying to find number 12 right there. And once again, folks, if you're in the chat with us, please subscribe. Let us know if there's some players' names or numbers that you know or that you're rooting for. Let us know. Make sure we get those right.
That was number 0, Angel Perez there on the bat down, by the way. Great play by him.
Now handoff up the middle. Gonna be kept by Darling, trying to weave his way in. Has nowhere to go. Nice job by Travante Hadley, the linebacker. Step up and make a play right there.
Yeah, Travonta Hadley from Copper Canyon High School grew up in Glendale, Arizona. Another local player here for the Hawks, and he's been an aggressive tackler this season too, playing both on the left and right side. He's very good at containing those quarterback rollouts.
Darling in shotgun. Got 3 receivers. Puts one in motion, dropping back, has pressure early, lobs up the screen pass, and Corbin is going to waltz into the end zone. The speedy running back, Bentley Corbin, takes in a receiving touchdown, but a flag is down in the backfield. Head referee Glenn Rathburn talking this one over with the crew. Looks like might be coming back. And it is not. It's going to be waved off. Touchdown is going to stand. Bentley Corbin, the running back, with a receiving touchdown to get the Sidewinders on the board. Great all-out attack on that drive right there.
Bentley Corbin, 5'8", 185, Sandra Day O'Connor High School. And that was a great job by the offensive line disguising that screen pass. They looked like it was going to be a pass over the middle, but the entire offensive line stayed where they're at and rotated like a half circle, coming in front of Corbin. In front of Corbin, and they were all right there, building that huge wall for him to just jog right into the end zone.
Sidewinders going to keep the offense out there to try and get 2 points right here. 8-6. Hawks still on top. Pending the 2-point conversion, and it looks like false start right there. That's going to back the Sidewinders up. Number 80 got it going just a little bit too early for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, he was like 2 steps off and nobody else moved. He was not on the same page with everybody else on the O-line, or on the offense. But again, those mistakes happen. But when it comes to 2 steps like that, when you look around and nobody else has moved, it's like, oh boy. Whoops.
Well, I'm sure he'll hear it from the coaching staff over there. Coach Chad Monson, head coach, done a great job with the program. Said it's been pretty easy this year. They've been able to stay relatively healthy, knock on wood. They stay healthy. Found some guys, some offers, and lined up. Same formation here. Darling dropping back, stepping up. Pocket collapsing, and he is going to hurdle into the end zone. Nobody in front of him, just bound in. Ties it up 8-8. Celebrating down there in the end zone, and that's going to be a strike. Takes down the lineman. Bowling for a turkey here on a Saturday night.
Well, I mean, again, you may as well have fun when the season's about to come to an end, right? Go have fun with your team, make the most of it, make the memories tonight. And for that 2-point conversion, it was good pocket awareness. He stepped up in the pocket, made a couple good steps, and then he took off when nobody was around, and he was able to walk in with with different defenders 5 yards away from him.
Yeah, step or two later right there, Chaz Bennett, the defensive end, is probably going to be able to reach out there and get a paw on him and slow him down, but looking like a gazelle leaping through the offensive line right there. Another number 80 getting ready to kick it away for the Sidewinders. Line drive along the ground. Worm burner is going to be fielded at the 35-yard line, trying to reverse field right here. Trying to find the edge, not going to get there. Thomas Ortega pushed out of bounds, but again, nice field position for the Hawks to start on this drive.
Yeah, good job for the return right there, giving the offense good field position. And now if you're the Hawks offense, keep doing what you've been doing. Passing early on downs, set up with the short run game, and just keep going at it. Keep the air raid going.
So we actually had a flag come flying in pretty late right there. It's going to be a hold on the Hawks. Backs them up from the 35-yard line, spot of the foul. That'll set up shop for them at the 25-yard line on the near hash here. Nice little crowd we've got going on at Campo Verde High School. It's again on the Varsity Sports Show. My name's Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland manning the controls over here to the left. Now Curry goes back out there. See if he can make something happen on first down for the Hawks. Curry's going to give it to Williams, and Williams has a ton of space along the right side. Still going, breakaway speed, but he's finally stepping out of bounds. And Jared Williams, guy we talked about ahead of this game. Nice carry on first down. Made it look easy right there.
Yeah, and Coach Kane talked to us about him earlier, and he's been fighting through injuries and has been out for a couple of games as well. And he told us he is he's a lightning bolt in the bottle, and he's just done really well this season. And on that carry right there, he had great blocks from the outside receivers and was able to make way with the free space he had. Nice run.
Now tight formation for the Hawks here on first down. Curry takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Williams once again, trying to bounce it outside, but he's tracked down in the backfield. Couldn't escape from that one. Sidewinders defense caught up to him. Like number 15, Logan Gardea, in on the tackle right there.
Logan Gardea, as a freshman this season, is 6'3", 215 from Boulder Creek. That's huge for a linebacker just coming out of high school. I mean, the fact that he's able to move at that size is pretty incredible on its own. And they also put him at middle linebacker sometimes, and it's crazy to see someone that size at middle linebacker be able to move the way he does.
Second down now for Curry and the Hawks. Two running backs in the backfield. Curry hands it off this time to Archuleta. Archuleta, speedster once again, trying to find that edge. Unable to do it, so Hawks trying to expand the field, running left and right a lot here early in this one.
Yeah, they're going in the opposite direction of what they did on the first drive, which was go a little pass heavy. Now they're starting to run the ball consistently, which is interesting. But again, certain teams have certain methods when it comes to game planning. There are some teams that will come into a game with a plan on each drive, no matter what the score is. And it seems like that's what the Hawks are doing here. They went from, like I mentioned earlier, pass heavy to now run heavy.
3rd and 8 for Curry. Talking it over, trying to tell Archuleta something, and the Hawks are going to take a timeout. So with that, we will take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. HJCAC action on the Varsity Sports Show.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Tie ball game, 8-8, 4 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 8 for the Hawks. Dylan Curry's been great tonight. Seen Jared Williams get going. Thomas Ortega, receiving threat. Now let's see what they got on 3rd down. What are you expecting here, Ethan?
Probably a quick pass to the outside since they have 3 guys out there.
Here we go. Curry has to step up in the pocket, dodging defenders. Taken down across the middle. Big tackle right there. Number 58. Big hit.
Yeah, he tried to go for Jaden Kalinowski again. Went for that outside route like I predicted, and it was covered up right away, so he had to take off over the middle, but still got a solid gain of 5 there. But now you have fourth down coming up, and they're going to keep the offense out there because this is how the Hawks operate. They don't punt a whole lot. They execute no matter what fourth down it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's one of the most annoying things that can happen to you on the defense is force a fourth down, think you're getting off the field with a punt, and then they keep the offense out there and they pick it up anyways.
Right.
Curry, in an empty set, trips right out there. And it looks like both sides kind of jumped. We'll see what they say here. Owen's going to go against the Sidewinders and move it up 5 yards.
Yeah, it looked like a Hawks player moved first, but again, there were four different sidewinders that ended up jumping. All three defensive linemen ended up jumping. So we'll see what they call here. They're gonna call a first down.
And it is an offsides on the Sidewinders. So the 5-yard penalty is going to put it really close to a first down. They haven't moved the chains yet, so it's going to be fourth and maybe an inch. See what the Hawks do if they come out and just try to tush push this one. And there is the first down. Hawks picking it up on a penalty right there. Nice job by Curry using the hard count to get him to jump.
Yeah, Coach Kane was standing right at the 40-yard line, just holding his left arm out, saying, like, just standing there like, "Hello, the ball. Let's move the chains now." It did look like it was just a little bit short, but they were exactly at 5 yards. So good job on the refs at least for making sure they made the right call.
First and 10 for the Hawks on the Sidewinders 40-yard line. See what they have drawn up. Coach Kane calling the plays over there on first and 10. Handoff to Williams up the middle. Williams trying to use that speed and get outside.
Ooh.
Still on his feet. Breaking tackles. Just does not want to go down.
Oh, these running backs for both teams tonight are running really hard and physical. These defensive players were not ready for these running backs to be fighting so hard. Again, right there on the run, Jared Williams broke 2 tackles. Initially was going to get tackled at the 42-yard line, but ends up getting a little more after that.
Second and medium now. Really nice job getting ahead of themselves right there. Staying on schedule, making it a lot easier here on second down. Another tight bunch formation there on the right side.
Yeah, you're seeing
for the Hawks.
You're seeing the defensive backs play really low here now.
Gonna pull the handoff. Curry looking downfield, fires, and nobody's there. Antrell Harris was the only receiver in the area, and it soared well over his head.
Yeah, they brought down all the defensive backs to play those short passes down because they figured that they were going to just make it somewhat manageable, but didn't work out that time. So maybe that's a Sidewinder sign to continue to keep doing that. Bring up the pressure and disguise that coverage to make it look like a blitz, but then you have all your defenders go back out and play your covered spots. Also, apologies for viewers at home. There's this light breeze coming in through our booth right now, but it is beautiful, man. It feels so nice right now, doesn't it?
It's a great night here at Campo Verde High School. It's again HJCAC action on the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll up here in the booth getting it done. Troll throws up the peace signs right there. Couldn't see it, but
you're commentating everything, aren't you?
Absolutely. Now second down, backed up right there by the penalty. Curry's going to take the snap. Pump fakes to the right, directing traffic. Launches one towards the sticks. Is that caught? Incomplete. Thomas Ortega slid in, thought he had it for a second right there, but ball falls to the turf.
It's surprising that Curry hesitated because he had his man open. I mean, Ortega was sitting there waiting for the ball, but then Curry just decides to roll up, and Ortega went up, and he tells him, "No, come back, come back, come back." And he tries to come back for the ball, but it ends up being just short and goes incomplete.
Third down now for the Hawks.
Expect them to look for one-on-one matchups here. The Sidewinders have done a good job at mix of zone and man. but they're going to try and run all men right here as they're looking at Dylan White on the outside with the one-on-one matchup.
One-on-one out there at the top of your screen. 4 down territory without a doubt for the Hawks. Curry pulls the handoff, almost intercepted right there. Was trying to find Jaden Kalinowski on the quick throw. It's going to be incomplete, but yeah, they're going to keep the offense out there, it looks like.
Anthony Rosas there on the pressure, linebacker, freshman, 6'3", 205 from Deer Valley. Again, these linebackers for the Sidewinders are so big, and he came in on the blitz unblocked. He had a tackle on him, but he barely even grazed Rosas on the play, and he got the huge hit on Curry. And Curry was actually looking for a face mask penalty because he got hit up high, but didn't end up getting the call.
So a big 4th down now coming from the Sidewinders 40-yard line. Hawks trying to keep the drive alive right here.
Now you've got the Sidewinders playing zone, so once again, they're probably going to go back to that slot receiver and potentially have their man run a fade route.
Curry takes the snap, drops back, loads up, trying to wiggle out of the pocket on this one, fires towards the end zone. One-on-one coverage, incomplete. Really nice job right there by the Sidewinders defensive back. Nehemiah Arumble out of Tolleson High School, breaking that pass up. Nice job right there.
Yeah, great play by him, but also great effort by Antrell Harris there. He went up for that ball too. That was a 50-50 shot. Curry threw the best ball that he could on the run with 2 guys up in his face, and they both went up, and it just goes incomplete. But honestly, give credit where credit's due. They both went up for the ball, just didn't come down with the ball.
Yeah, coin flip right there, 50-50 chance. Sidewinders come out on top on that one. Turn the ball over on downs, giving it back to their offense, see what they can do. A dominant run game for them so far. We'll see if they continue to run the ball on 1st down from their own 40.
Yeah, they're going back in shotgun, trips up top.
Darling, jet sweep out there to Williams. Williams cutting it upfield, trying to make a couple man miss. CJ Williams getting him going early here.
CJ Williams, man, he made that cut so hard. Your accent went to country right there for a split second. And honestly, he shocks a lot of people in that manner. He makes that first cut and always makes the first guy miss. And sometimes we'll get a second guy to miss. But right there, he couldn't shake off the second guy. But still, a great gain on the jet sweep.
Big 1st down on the first play of the drive. Same looking play right there. They're going to give the ball instead. Number 32 trying to weave his way, still on his feet, dragging defenders by his ankles, and that's going to be a tough night for the Hawks if they can't start making some of these tackles. Instead of getting drug around out there, now another 1st down.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth. Poor tackling by the Hawks. They haven't been able to bring him down on first contact, and that goes for any player, honestly. And if that continues to happen, they're not going to be able to hold these Sidewinders down.
But a nice job as well by the Sidewinders running backs to keep their legs churning. Not going down by any arm tackles or anything easy, making the Hawks defense work. Another handoff to 32 once again, but immediately into the backfield. Couple of different Gila River defenders. Look like number 59 right there, Nathaniel Ferguson, the defensive end, was one of the first guys back there. Able to wrangle that running back and make it 2nd down.
Yeah, for the first time tonight, the Hawks got in the backfield, whether it was a sack or a tackle for loss, and finally got initial contact and brought the ball carrier down. Used that as momentum to get you guys back into this game with the end of the 1st quarter.
So at the end of the 1st quarter, it's all tied up 8-8. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. More HJCAC action on the way on the Varsity Sports Show.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. With an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here. Second down for the Hawks. Darlin dropping back, rolls out to his right, loads up, firing towards the end zone, incomplete. Had two receivers kind of colliding with each other right there, Jacoby Gilmore and Dylan White. Both going deep right there, but unable to connect.
Oh, nice throw by Darling, but my goodness, that was a scary pass attempt because he had two receivers running right at each other. That almost turned into a baseball play where the two outfielders are going for the ball and they could have collided against each other. For football players, at least they have protective equipment on, but for baseball they don't. So at least they have the advantage there. Either way, at least Darling overthrew his defenders and not underthrew them. Otherwise, it would have been picked off.
Yeah, one of those things you want to see from a quarterback. Get the ball out of the back of the end zone instead of throwing it short. Third down for the Sonoran Sidewinders. Darling fakes the handoff, rolls out. He's got pressure right away, trying to get away from him. Is he going to be able to? He is somehow staying alive back there, and he eventually just lobs it up, and it's going to fall incomplete. Raymond Grayson was back there right away, not fooled at all by the play action.
No, not at all. And Darling ran a little mini marathon back there, going left and right and trying to get his defender to get off of him, but couldn't shake him off and nearly completed the pass to the outside. But again, when you're backed up so far like that, it's pretty rare you're going to end up getting the first down. So now they still have the offense out there, and this is how it's going to be tonight. You're probably not going to see a lot of special teams on the field.
4-down territory for the Sidewinders. Fourth down for Darling and the Sidewinders. Here they go. Got one in motion. Dropping back, looking out to the right side, loading up, firing towards the right sideline. Incomplete. Looks like Dylan White almost had it. But it is a turnover on downs. Gila River Hawks defense standing strong right there.
Well, ever since these two teams scored on their first drives, we haven't seen any points from either side. And again, they're moving the ball down the field, but not being able to finish. And Darlene tried to take the other one-on-one shot to the outside and just threw it a little too far to the outside shoulder, and it goes incomplete again. And now the Hawks come back onto the field and hopefully can rebound from their last drive.
We've got some warfare going on up here in the booth. Can't see it at home, but battling the elements. Welcome back to the booth. Some live action. Battling the wilderness. Man versus the wild. Is he going to be able to get him? Still swinging. Looks like he caught a piece of him there. He's stunned. Oh, he's still bouncing around in the left side of the ring. And he's going to escape this time as play resumes. Handoff to Williams. Williams brought down quickly. So if anybody's missing out on their UFC action tonight, you got your fill right there. Heavyweight bout. Man versus bee.
Great calls, Dane. I mean, seriously, you're calling two events at once. This is incredible. You're turning into Kevin Harlan right now.
I'm calling both games. Second medium here for the Hawks, talking it over. Williams back out there with Curry. Curry awaiting the snap. Low snap, going to get the handoff to Williams anyways. Williams up the middle and enough for a first down for the Hawks. Jared Williams is a star for this team. As long as they keep getting the ball to him and he stays on the field, they've got themselves a chance.
That's what I've seen consistently from the Hawks when it comes to draw plays is I feel like they intentionally do low snaps because they want to make it look like a fumble in the beginning, and then it's like the defenders go straight for the ball, not realizing that the blockers are still right there ready to hit you in the face, and right there, that's exactly what they did to get the first down.
Well, whether it's intentional or not, it is working wonders for the Hawks running game. 1st and 10 for them now as they cross back into Sidewinder territory. Press coverage right there. Another handoff to Williams. Williams cutting up the field, and he's going to just run right through a defender. Oh, a little extracurricular activity. Williams trying to sell it. Not going to get the flag.
Yeah, not great acting right there by by Jared, but that was Matthew Clark there on the tackle. Sophomore, 6'4", 275 from Centennial, and unfortunately for Centennial, getting to high school football just for a second, they were eliminated by the Mountain View Toros in a very competitive game overall. And last night's games for both 6A, 5A were very exciting to watch.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be out there at Horizon High School. Caught a thriller of a game between two teams who played each other earlier in the year. Horizon Huskies took on Notre Dame Prep. Went to triple OT earlier in the season. This time, Huskies got it done in regulation. Don't forget, check out our other Varsity Sports Show YouTube channels and on the NFHS network. Hear us, Varsity Sports interns, commentate some games, give you some film, all that good stuff. After the penalty, Curry lofting one up the left sideline, and it is caught. Drops it right in the bucket, and nobody stands in between Christian Harvey in the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks.
There was that one-on-one matchup they've been looking for all night, and Harvey, believe now that was his first catch of the game. 1 catch, 1 touchdown for the speedy outside receiver. He beats his man, and after he caught the ball, the defender just gave up and said, "Nah, I can't catch him."
5'10", 160 pounds. Went to Chandler. Chandler native, another homegrown talent here for the Hawks. Hawks came into this game, felt like they were maybe the underdogs in this one, but right now they are barking on the top of the kennel. 11:47 left in the second quarter. Hawks staying out there trying to go for two, as they have so often this season.
Yeah, again, for some reason they just don't like kicking extra points at all. Even if they had the field goal unit lined up, they would find a way to go for two on that.
So here we go. Curry getting set up for the 2-point conversion. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's got pressure right in his face. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Kind of bailed out right there. Probably should have been intercepted, but it's dropped. Score is going to stay at 14-8. With that, we'll take a quick break as they get ready to kick it off. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name's Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. My man Max Weiland over here on the left. Looks like a fighter pilot right now behind the computer. Keyboard warrior. The technical director. Hill River Hawks kicking this one off once again. High kick. Going to be fielded at the 20 by number 80. He's cutting it up the middle. He's got a lane. He's got speed too. Is he going to take it all the way? He's got a convoy and no blue in front of him. Touchdown, Sidewinders.
the first kickoff return, I believe, for the Sidewinders this season. And the ball carrier cut right up the middle. He barely had to make any plants with his feet. He just ran right up the gut, and he had a a triangle of defenders speeding to the end zone there. That's awesome too, especially when you score and you have all your teammates around you. That rocks.
Looks like there's a flag down around the 40-yard line. Let's see here what head referee Glenn Rathburn has to say about it.
That would be disappointing if this comes all the way back.
It's still a touchdown. Penalty is going to go against the Hawks, and it'll be enforced on the kickoff.
It's actually kind of good, though, that they didn't take away an electric play like that because no matter which team you are, that play was very electric. Great blocks all around. And again, running to the end zone, the ball carrier had 3 of his blockers with him to go celebrate. That was great.
Well, Ethan, let's not sugarcoat it. I know what you're saying, but if you're a Gila River Hawks fan, I don't think you're going to be very happy about that.
No, definitely not.
Regardless of the impressiveness. However, I do agree with you. It's always nice to see points not get wiped off the board by penalties, as now Sidewinder is going to try to kick the extra point. It is up and whistles blowing before they can get the kickoff. Going to be encroachment on the Hawks on the kickoff right there. Wonder if that's going to kind of change the decision here of Coach Monson. See if he's going to keep the extra point team out there or try to go out there and get 2. Both teams kind of just wandering around out there right now, trying to figure out what to do.
And now the offense is going to go for 2 because of the penalty on the Hawks, so you may as well take advantage of the yards given to you.
Yeah, tie game even if you don't get it, so forget going up by 1. They want to go up by 2. Try to put the pressure on the Hawks. Here we go. Darlin drops back, looks out to his right and in and out of the hands of his running back, number 27, Isaiah Trejos. With that, we'll take another quick break for this kickoff. Be right back after this.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here with my guy Ethan Troll, color commentating for me here tonight. Some HJCAC action, little double thumbs up in the booth here. Kick is going to be booted away, and it's going to be muffed initially. It's going to roll around the 15, still rolling. Going to have to try to work his way out of this one. Jaden Kalinowski. Amir Robinson with the return right there. So trouble on the special team side of the ball for the Hawks here.
He was moving in slow motion right there on that play. 6 feet, 210. It took him like almost an entire 8 seconds to recover the ball. Thankfully, he was able to recover and break a couple tackles to at least get some minimal gain there. So at least the Hawks don't start deep in their own territory, but it's back to normal positioning for them at the 20-yard line.
So Hawks tied up with the Sonoran Sidewinders 14-14. Competitive matchup. We had a nice poll going on there in the YouTube chat. Hopefully you all checked that out. Voted for who you thought was going to win. It was 50-50. Dead even as the pass is going to be whipped out there quickly to Christian Harvey.
Yeah, go back to the guy that got you your deep play touchdown on the last drive. Now that he's starting to get hot, you may as well keep giving the ball to him and keep giving it to Jerry Williams at the same time. Those are your two big-time playmakers.
Christian Harvey got a receiving touchdown. Kalinowski's found the end zone. Second and medium now for the Hawks. Curry's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams trying to bounce it around the outside, breaks one tackle, but he's eventually met by a whole group of Sidewinders, had nowhere to go. Pushed out of bounds on second down.
Going back to Williams being the lightning in the bottle again, that first broken tackle, yeah, even though he only broke one, it was a huge stiff arm on the outside and was able to get a few more yards after that. Again, keep feeding your running back the ball, and he's just only going to get better and better.
Now, just over 10 minutes remaining in this one. Hawks gathering at the line of scrimmage now. Big third down, it feels like here in their own territory. Curry, low snap, has to corral it now, trying to maneuver his way out, and he does to the right side, pointing, lofting downfield, and it is going to go out of bounds. It's like he was trying to find Antrell Harris once again. Seen him do that a couple times tonight. That one's going to soar out of bounds for an incompletion.
Thankful for Jerry Williams, though, Dylan Curry's got to be thinking, because if he didn't have him blocking the defensive end on the outside, he would have been drilled in the backfield. And even though it goes incomplete, at least he was able to get to the outside and force the incompletion. And thankfully, he threw it out of bounds because there were 3 Sidewinders ready to pick that off.
Good coverage, good pass rush right there from the Sidewinders defense. Forcing a fourth down. Hawks are going to elect to keep the offense out there. Let's see what they do here. Trying to convert on another fourth down. Curry takes the snap, throws over the middle, and it is complete once again to Harvey, who spins his way up and converts on fourth down. What a job right there. What a play call from Coach Kane and the Hawks.
Yeah, he ran a route called a sit route, and he made one small cut to the middle of the field, making it look like a slant, and then stopped in the middle of the defense and sat and waited for the ball, got the ball, and got a few yards after that. Good play call by the Hawks to get the first down. And don't be surprised either, again, with these offenses continuing to go for it on fourth down, because you can feel it, and I'm sure you guys at home hear it in the mic. The wind is starting to pick up a little more, so don't be surprised if the kickers aren't out here a whole lot tonight.
Yeah, or if we see them start running the ball a little bit more than they already are. Play action here. Curry over to the right side, sticking one hand out there. Ortega trying to haul it in, but he's unable to.
A little too much power on that throw. If it was a little less, I think Ortega would have had that one-handed snag. That was a good effort overall, but great coverage by the safety at the top for the Sidewinders. I believe that's number 21, Nahimia.
Well, we saw pregame, at least I did. Ortega was over here in this left end zone, catching one-handers almost all of pregame, of course, before the team came out and he started doing team warm-up. He was just out there with a buddy playing some catch, and yeah, he was Catching those front hand one-handers, OBJ style. Little Jarvis Landry action. Second down, play action pass, quickly whipped out to the right side to Harvey. Harvey bouncing off tacklers. Big gain right there on second down. The quick screen pass. Looks like Harvey gets up a little bit gingerly there. Seems to be all right. Got a little bit of a dead leg after that tackle.
I'm surprised he didn't start jogging to the sideline because that was a little bit of an awkward tackle there. But either way, he made another great play. He's getting close, if not just barely passing 100 receiving yards already. And we're not even done with halftime yet. We're not even close.
8 minutes remaining in the half. 14-14. Some HJCAC action presented to you by the Varsity Sports Show. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Curry is going to hand this one off to Archuleta. Archuleta trying to find an edge, and he's going to run straight into a group of defenders. It's like that was number 19, the first one to go up there and meet him with some contact as a flag comes flying in.
And it's probably going to go on the Hawks with the way the body language is right now. I'm sure they're going to be backing up here. And that was a good run on the outside, too. But again, physical, that's how this game is going to be tonight. It's going to be very physical as we get later into the game.
Hold going to go against the Hawks, backs them up. So another unfortunate penalty. Really been an issue for both sides throughout the season, especially in those early games, was trying to keep the penalties clean.
Yeah, these two teams are the least penalized in the league as well. So we haven't seen a whole lot tonight, thankfully. But again, there's still so much game to go. So we'll see if the laundry machine stays a little empty.
Curry pump fakes the screen right there. Looks back to the backside, and what a throw right there. Delivered an absolute dime to Kalinowski, who took a shot after, but he holds on to it. What a throw, what a catch.
One pump fake, two pump fake, and then finally throws the ball. And it was a good ball, too, in between 3 different defenders. And Jaden Kalinowski, again, just sitting on the boundary line, and he was willing to take the hit for the first down.
One of the hardest things to do as a receiver, know that you're going to get cracked and still be able to hold on to the ball. Makes it a 2nd and manageable right here for the Hawks and Curry. Curry low snap, pulls the handoff, pass out there to Harvey. Harvey trying to turn it upfield, still on his feet. And now he's connected with, trying to keep the pile moving, pushing forward. What a job right there. Hawks are fired up right now.
My goodness, the Hawks are just showing up physically, man. Harvey, he did not want to go down. He had 5 different sidewinders on him and carried nearly that entire pile for another 4 yards on the play. That was incredible.
3rd and short now after what was a 1st and very long after the holding penalty. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first half. And we're all tied, 14-14. This looks like a completely different team on the Hawks side compared to what we've seen a few times this season.
And they're putting Archuleta out in the slot as well. We haven't seen him there much.
Handoff to Williams. Williams trying to find a hole. Stuffed initially. He's going to go down really close to that first down marker. See where they spot him. Looks like they're signaling initially that it's 4th down.
Yeah, it's really close, and they're going to mark it. It looks like a few inches short of the line to gain. So don't be surprised here if the Hawks go physical and run the ball right up the gut.
Looked like we were hoping to see the chain gain trot out right there, but no measurements so far. Nothing close enough for him. Unfortunately, that was probably as close as we're going to get. So 4th and inches for the Hawks, trying to convert another one on this drive. See if they can do it one-on-one out there at the top of the screen. One-on-one at the bottom of the screen. Man coverage, loaded box. And before they get a snap-off, timeout taken by the Hawks. With that, we will take a quick break and be right back after some of these messages.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Some more HJCAC action on the Varsity Sports Show. My name's Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. 4th and inches coming for the Hawks, trying to convert a second 4th down conversion on this drive alone. And it looks like the whole entire Sidewinders squad just jumped off sides right there.
It is so frustrating to see your entire defensive line move, but yet the ball has not moved. It's one of the most undisciplined mistakes you can make as a defense. And defensive coordinators, that should be the first thing they tell you is watch the ball.
Especially in a 4th and inches situation like that. Don't want to give up the free 1st down, but they do right there. Hawks now trying to save some face, Sidewinders trying to save some face, slow down the Hawks offense. 1st and 10. Curry, 2 running backs set. One-on-one coverage there on the left side. Handoff to Archuleta. Archuleta weaving his way through, leaning into some contact right there. Micah Scott, the DB, was the first one to get up there and hit him. Looks like we've got a player down on the field right now. So with that, we will step aside for a brief moment and be right back after this.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. We've got some HJCAC action for you. My name's Dane Palmer with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland over here behind the controls, making it happen in the booth, taking you with us right now, what we're looking at, how we're organized here. Flying around with our rosters, got our highlighters out, highlighting the playmakers. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in this first half. 2nd down for the Hawks. Going to be a handoff to Williams, who's got room on the left side. Is he going to take it all the way to the edge? He does. Taken down at the 15-yard line.
Williams once again bouncing to the outside really well. He was doing good up the gut, but that's where he works best so far in this game is the edges, and he's done that very well this season too. Bounce to the outside right there again, like you said, got off the edge and got another first down for this Hawks offense.
Sidewinders have had a tough time trying to maintain those edges. We've already seen Jared Williams go out there and take advantage of that so quick out of the backfield. Thomas Ortega right here at the bottom of this formation with the wide side of the field. Let's see if they look to him right here. If they go back to the bell cow, Williams on first down.
Don't be surprised if a play action is called here.
Curry takes it, hands it off to Williams. Williams trying to find a way out of this. He bounces it to the outside, trying to get to the edge, but he can't do it. Some nice pursuit right there. Dylan White able to track him down.
Ooh, good tackle by Dylan White. That was nearly a touchdown by Williams, and he went right off the gut, had nowhere to go, but no Sidewinder made contact with him, so he looks to his right and said, "Oh, look, there's room," and bounces right to the outside and nearly broke free for a touchdown.
Yeah, something's that Williams is really good at is just finding that green grass and getting out of there. 2-minute timeout. We'll step aside once again and be right back on the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Second down now for the Hawks inside the red zone, trying to get into the end zone. 2 minutes left in this first half. Going to keep it himself. Curry slides down.
Well, that was a risky play call there to have your number one QB try to run right there in the red zone. Micah Scott coming down for the Sidewinder, 6'3", 200 from Sunrise Mountain High School, grew up in Peoria. And it's surprising that he didn't give it to Williams there because, again, you mentioned it a couple of times, he's been the bell cow. Keep giving him the ball, but don't try to risk your quarterback getting hurt, especially with the season finale here.
Spotlight a guy like Antrell Harris right here in the red zone, 6 foot tall. Got the speed. Good hands, too. Definitely a red zone target here for Curry. Harris lined up there at the top of your screen in that little bunch formation. Play action. Looking out to the left side. Got a man wide open in the end zone, but unable to connect right there with Kalinowski. Would have been their second touchdown connection of the night.
Oh, he had him too. He broke free on that out route or on the outside dig, and it was just a little too far out. It had the accuracy and it had the power, but again, he just threw it too far to the outside, way out of reach for his intended receiver.
Yeah, timing a little bit off right there from the quarterback and wide receiver duo now.
Now you got fourth down coming up.
Fourth down inside the 20. Timeout is going to be taken by the Hawks. It's going to be their final timeout of the half. Coach Kane, we talked about him pregame and just telling him a little bit about the image of this team, how it's improved, and Talk a little bit about how we got here. Quarterback Dylan Curry dropping dimes out there. 2 passing touchdowns already. Got one to Ortega, one to Kalinowski. To Harvey and Kalinowski. Sidewinders kickoff return number 80 for the Sidewinders. Took one all the way to the house. 75 yards, and the special team struggles have definitely been there for the Hawks. Been their weakest point so far. And then Bentley on the screen pass for the Sidewinders. Found him just a cheeky little pass. Corbin waltzed into the end zone. Able to convert the 2-point conversion on that one. That was their first touchdown of the night. Now here we are, just over a minute left in this first half. 4th down inside the 20-yard line for the Hawks.
You got multiple linebackers out there for the Sidewinders. They're going to make sure that middle zone is taken care of.
Curry's going to drop back, looks to the left side, trying to find a read, has to roll out to the right, fires towards the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Tried to connect with Ortega right there.
Batted down by number 21, Arumbi there. He came down, batted the ball down with one hand, and once again it goes incomplete, and another turnover on downs in this game, especially here in the second quarter.
Well, would have been pretty immaculate for them to go out there and complete 3 4th down conversions on the same drive. Unable to do so inside the 20.
And now if you're the Sidewinders, you still have 54 seconds and 2 timeouts. Why not get into field goal range? And I understand the conditions are a little bit breezy, but you should give your kicker some confidence to go out there and try to get the field goal.
Yeah, Sidewinders trying to snag a late lead in this first half. Been trailing or tied for pretty much the whole game so far. Kicker Hamir Gutierrez would likely be on to try an extra point. Snap's going to be taken quickly by Darling. Hands it off. Looking for a lane. Nice one-on-one tackle right there. Torrey Gray with the carry.
Well, now Darling and them are trying to hurry up. I'm surprised they even called a run play there if they're going to try and spike it here.
Snap taken quickly by Darling. Fires out to the right side and complete. Making a couple men miss. Snapping it back on the jukes. Kieran Earhart. Clock stops with 27 seconds left. Timeout is going to be taken by the Sidewinders. With that, we'll take a quick break and get ready for this last 30 seconds on the Varsity Sports Show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Throwing a thumbs up. First down for the Sidewinders, trying to make something miraculous happen here. Under 30 seconds left in this first half. Sending a man in motion. Darling's going to drop back, step up in the pocket.
Baby.
Launches downfield, and it is caught. Kieran Earhart taken down inside the 10-yard line. What a job right there, celebrating at the end of that play. An absolute bomb from the Sidewinders offense.
Brandon Darling has been taking a few shots tonight and finally gets the big-time connection right there with his receiver, Kieran Earhart, who caught the last pass on the play before and tried to make some stuff happen. And we were talking about it during the break. We're like, I'm surprised we're surprised he didn't catch the ball and got out of bounds, but right there he makes up for it on the deep inside post, splitting the safeties with his great speed and puts the Sidewinders up for the first time in this game. Oh no, excuse me, almost, nearly there.
Yeah, right knocking on the door in scoring position. So what a nice job right there from Darling.
And that play happened so fast, I thought he scored right there for a second. That's
Yeah,
my bad. My
and a nice
apologies.
job as well by the Hawks defense to go down there, not give up on the play, and wrangle him. It's going to force the second to last timeout from the Sidewinders.
So now, if you're the Sidewinders, I mean, I've got a play drawn up here, but what would you do, Dane, in this situation with no timeouts left?
You still just got to look to the boundaries, I think. I wouldn't be opposed to running the football here. You still have a timeout to use. You've
Oh,
got
yeah.
a really strong run game. Some guys like Torrey Gray, Bentley Corbin, even maybe C.J. Williams on a little jet sweep. Try to get that speed out to the edge. You got a wide side of the field down here at the bottom. See what they do here. First down after the big play by Earhart. Pump fakes, fires over the middle, and it goes in and out of the hands of Earhart. Did he catch it? He did.
Wow.
Bobbled it into the end zone. Touchdown for the Sidewinders. They go down, and in under 30 seconds, they put 6 points on the board.
Well, I mean, I accidentally called it earlier, but guess what? He ended up finishing with the touchdown. He goes up to the back into the end zone, and he almost he dropped it at first, but somehow was able to secure it and keep his feet in bounds to give him the touchdown. And now I can say that the Sidewinders take their first lead of the game with 12 seconds to go. Great plays by Darling to Earhart.
Boy, what a job right there to somehow corral that ball. Earhart making an unbelievable grab. I almost called early that, in and out of the hands, but went in and out of the hands and right back into him for a touchdown. Now, trouble with the snap here, trying to race to the pylon, and he's going to take a big hit, but he's in and converts on the 2-point try. A bit of a fire drill right there. My goodness. Dylan White took a shot, putting his body on the line for the Sidewinders.
That is now the second time this season that he muffed a snap on an extra point and somehow turned it into a 2-point conversion right there. My goodness. The first time around he passed for it, and this time he just took it in himself and took the big hit down low to put them up 22-14. Wow, what a heads-up play by the best, probably the best overall player on their team in Dylan White.
Cactus Shadows graduate made a big play right there, extending the lead for the Snakes. Kickoff team coming out. Hamir Gutierrez, sophomore kicker / punter.
So now if you're the Hawks here on this kickoff, try to get in field goal range no matter what you can do. And if you can't, just take the knee, go into halftime, and get ready for the second half.
Gutierrez kick, this time not a line drive, is going to be booted out there. We'll see what they can do on the return. Cutting it up the middle of the field, but he's going to be knocked down right away. Christian Harvey didn't have much room on that one. 7 seconds left in the half. Flag is down on the field.
I mean, if this is against the Sidewinders, which it looks like it's going to be, then there's a chance that you could take a deep shot here for a Hail Mary.
We've already seen Curry's arm a couple times. See what it's going to be. It is a false start on the Sidewinders. No re-kick. Give it to him on first down.
We'll see where they're going to spot the ball, but they're marching down quite a bit here. Going to mark it right at the 50.
So once again, really good field position for the Hawks. Let's see if they're going to be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, you either take the deep shot here into the end zone, or if you want to run one play before the Hail Mary, get a quick pass to the outside, maybe get a short gain to make the Hail Mary a little easier.
Well, no timeouts remaining for the Hawks. It's going to have to be a really clean operation to get to the boundary and get out of bounds before the time winds down. Or does Curry have the arm strength to get it all the way there? Guess we're about to find out. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Curry takes a snap, drops back, fires quickly to Ortega, who doesn't get out of bounds. He stays in bounds and tries to fight his way, and that is going to end the first half. An eventful first half. Sidewinders swipe in and take the lead at the end of the first half. With that, we'll take our halftime break. Don't go anywhere. Show you some of these messages. Hopefully, some of those pregame interviews from the one, the only Ethan Troll over here on my right. We'll be back after this.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohen with the Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the best that sports has to offer. This week, I'll be doing a preview of the Arizona versus Cincinnati football game taking place this upcoming Saturday. The Bearcats and the Wildcats, Cincinnati and Arizona, are definitely two very competitive teams. Cincinnati just coming off a bye week, but also a loss to Utah. But considering the fact they're going to be at home in Cincinnati, they certainly should have home field advantage. Arizona comes in as underdogs once again. They've been mostly underdogs for the entire season, but finally, just this past week, they managed to beat Kansas by a final score of 24-20 and are finally bowl eligible. Both teams are bowl eligible, and it's certainly going to be a very interesting matchup to see what's going to happen. Arizona comes in with a very potent offense and defense. Cincinnati also comes in with an even more potent offense and an even more potent defense. And again, it's certainly going to be very interesting to watch as both these teams compete against one another. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in this game. I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping that my Arizona Wildcats will be able to conquer and overcome any and all obstacles against a very tough Cincinnati team. Cincinnati ranks second in overall standings, just behind Texas Tech, so second in the Big 12 Conference in overall records. So it's certainly going to be a very interesting game, but again, I am hopeful that my Arizona Wildcats will be able to overcome any obstacles and they will be able to beat Cincinnati and provide a major upset win. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you all next time.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here, where the lights are a little brighter now. The regular season scoreboard has been wiped clean. This isn't about districts anymore. It's a 6-week single elimination war that carves 6 state champions out of rural Texas's 2A, 3A, and 4A heartland. It starts with the bi-district championship. 64 teams compete in round 1. This is a local execution where the top 4 teams from a district meet the top 4 from an adjacent one. First place plays 4th and second plays 3rd. Fail here and the dream dies on that cold turf. The 32 teams surviving the cut move to the area round, where the field is cut in half again. Winning that stamps a ticket
I'm Ethan Troll with
to
the Varsity Sports Show, here with head coach Chad of the Sonoran Sidewinders. Coach,
round 4,
this is the last game of the season.
Culling the number of to 8 teams.
How do you guys want to finish out?
The regional finals, or state quarterfinal, is the next stop on the championship trail. Win this, and no longer a regional power, these teams are one of the last 4 standing in their entire division.
Of
the state semifinals come next.
This is the last game of the season about
biggest
getting your
stage.
players. How do you guys want to fight really hard in this game, especially
And finally,
considering that
the
offers
state championship
are just
game
around
held
the corner
every
for some of
December
these
at
players.
AT&T
How
Stadium
important is
in
getting that
Arlington
emphasis
with
for
its
these guys to come out here and
80,000
just
seat
lay it all out on the
capacity.
field?
Thus, in the end, 6 consecutive victories
You were talking to us
constitute
earlier about
architecture
getting
triumph in Texas high school football.
But it's a long recruiting process. The season doesn't.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Dickmans here with Varsity Sports Show. The past weeks on the radio show, I've been taking you and letting you get to know water polo more. This week, I have the opportunity to really
Last
show
question
you
would
in the
be
pool. So let's get right into
Or
it.
when it comes to the weather tonight, it's out
This
of
is
the
what a
way,
water polo
but
field
we
looks
could have
like.
potentially
Usually
more
it's
rain
about 25
tonight.
meters long.
Could there be a
This
change
is
in
the
the game
2-meter
plan if
line.
that
We
eventually
can
happens,
see
or are you
this
just going to stick
as
with
an
what you got?
offside line.
And this is the
We'll just
6
see how the
meter line.
game's going, but yes,
That is
I
the line
mean,
in
we're
which we
prepared
can
for any type of
score
weather.
a goal if
Our-
a foul is
this
committed.
team is-
See it as kind of a
is versatile,
three-pointer line.
With what we can do on both
We
offense
also
and
work with a
defense.
shot
So,
clock.
if
Our
we
shot
get to a
clock is
point
30
where the
seconds.
weather dictates
If
what
you
we
haven't
can and
scored a
can't
goal
do on
within
either
those
offense or
30
defense,
seconds
we'll
or
change it up.
turn the ball over,
It's stuff that we practice all
a
the
bell will ring,
Thank you, Coach.
and that means
Thank
your
you.
possession is over. The ball will get to the other team. Now, onto positions. We have 2 wing players, 3 top shooters, and in the middle, we have a center. Of course, all these 6 players have a defender. And we cannot forget the goalie. This makes up to 14 players in the water at the same time. Lastly, I'd like to show you some terminology with some visuals. We'll start with a normal foul. This will be an exclusion. That means that the player is excluded for 20 seconds and you play with a man down. And that was it for this week. Hopefully you learned some more about water polo, and see you in the spring.
I'm Ethan Troll with the Varsity Sports Show, here with Coach Larry of the Gila River Hawks. I'm Ethan.
At Arizona State University, the women's hockey team works hard every day to sharpen its edge. For forward Brianne Powell, every practice is proof of how far she's come.
Bree is super enthusiastic and obviously just a all-around great human, and she was somebody that we wanted as part of our culture, and we knew she was coming back from an injury and it was going to take a second, but she has a strong work ethic and really everything we wanted in a player, so it was hard to pass up.
Powell's road back began after tearing her ACL during her first season of college hockey in Canada. The setback tested her physically and mentally, but ultimately reignited her drive.
Playing hockey, deciding to go to university, getting dropped by schools because they didn't want to have an injured player coming in was really difficult, but I had amazing coaches and a really good support team.
When other schools moved on, ASU gave Powell another shot, one that's allowed her to prove that she belongs on the ice and with teammates that are by her side no matter what. Now, fully healthy, Powell has embraced her new role at ASU. She says the team's positive energy and culture have helped her rediscover her love for the game. Powell credits her coaches for helping her rebuild confidence and push through hesitation. Their trust keeps her focused on improvement, not off.
Sometimes I still get scared going into corners because that's how I tore my ACL. So she's kind of just made me more mentally strong in the sense that she's making me aware of what I am capable of.
Her teammates and coach say Powell's leadership and energy make the locker room stronger.
She's a big battler, so she definitely dove into just competing for it. I think she did a good job, but I'm not sure many people even know that she went through it. We band together when anybody's hurt, that's on the ice, somebody falls, you check in on them, and that's when somebody is sick, you show up, you show up at their house, you bring them anything.
For James C331, I'm Carmen LeBeau.
Good evening from Tempe, where the Arizona State Sun Devils have been lighting up the court this season. Tonight they take on their crosstown rival, the Arizona Wildcats, in a matchup that could define the rest of the season.
Here in Tempe, the Arizona State Sun Devils women's volleyball team has been one of the country's hottest programs this season. Arizona State enters tonight at 20-3 overall and 11-1 in Big 12 play, sitting atop the conference standings after a dominant regular season run. They've turned Desert Financial Arena into a true fortress, unbeaten at home so far this year at 11-0 and drawing some of the biggest crowds in program history for key conference nights. ASU's resume includes big road wins and statement performances, including a key victory at Arizona on October 25th when the Sun Devils picked up a Territorial Cup half point and showcased a balanced attack and a stingy defense. Coach JJ Vanille has steadily built depth and speed into this roster, a process the program rewarded with a contract extension earlier this year that keeps him in Tempe through 2029. That continuity has translated to on-court results and rapid program growth. On the floor, ASU's strength is balanced. The offense generates efficient attacking numbers while the defense limits opponents' opportunities. In conference statistical categories, the Sun Devils rank at or near the top, a reflection of consistent execution in every phase. In tonight's rivalry matchup, Arizona State defeated the Arizona Wildcats by a score of 3-1, extending their home record to 12-0 and adding a key result to their postseason resume. For this team, it's always about maintaining energy and finishing plays that matter. If they do, the Sun Devils will keep putting pressure on the rest of the Big 12 and move closer to their postseason goals.
Inside Beat, I'm Adam Maggard, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
I'm Ethan Troll with the Varsity Sports Show, here with head coach Chad of the Sonoran Sidewinders. Coach, this is the last game of the season.
Yes.
How do you guys want to finish out?
Well, that's the key word there. We want to finish. And, we told our guys all week that we don't want to end it on a loss. So we came out here, and we're excited to be out here to play and hopefully finish with a win.
You were talking to us earlier about getting your players to fight really hard in this game, especially considering that offers are just around the corner for some of these players.
Yeah.
How important is getting that emphasis into these guys to come out here and just lay it all out on the field?
It's very important, and that's what we've told them all week, that this is the last chance to put your resume out there, so to speak, for film. It's a long recruiting process. The season doesn't end when football doesn't end when the season's over. The recruiting continues on past that, and there's more stuff to do.
Last question would be, for when it comes to the weather tonight, it's out of the way, but we could have potentially more rain tonight. Could there be a change in the game plan if that eventually happens, or are you just going to stick with what you got?
We'll just see how the game's going, but yes, we're prepared for any type of weather. This team is versatile with what we can do on both offense and defense. So if we get to a point where the weather dictates what we can and can't do on either offense or defense, we'll change it up, and it's stuff that we practice all week.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I'm Ethan Troll with the Varsity Sports Show, here with Coach Larry of the Gila River Hawks. Coach, this is the last game of the regular season. You talked to us earlier in the pregame about it. Can you give us a recap of what you told your players?
I mostly just talked about, finishing strong. Recruiting is going to pick up here in the next 2 weeks. We'll get through, Thanksgiving, and of course we'll get through the Army-Navy game, and that's always like the big end of the season. And that's when recruiting will really take off. And with recruiting, it takes one play, one series, and these guys are going to get 60 to 80 plays tonight to prove that they can play at the next level. No matter what our record is or what we're playing for tonight, they're playing to be at the next level.
When it comes to the rotation for your team tonight, you were talking about some injuries that you had to move players around and stuff. How is that going to evolve the game plan when it comes to taking on the win for the last game?
It's definitely going to throw a couple of crinks, in our chain. And we definitely had to move around 2 or 3 players. But you move players around, get some more film. And 2, Sonora won't be ready for it. So hopefully it's to our advantage.
So my last question to you then will be, I know I just asked about offers earlier, but what is the message for your team when it comes to making the most of the opportunity that they have tonight to put the best film that they can out there?
Just continue to fight, no matter the score, no matter, what's going on. They got 60 to 80 plays, to earn a 4-year scholarship, and it just takes one game. So just to continue to fight no matter what.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Good luck tonight.
Yes.
I'm Ethan Troll with the Varsity Sports Show. Back to you.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohen with the Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the best that sports has to offer. This week, I'll be doing a preview of the Arizona versus Cincinnati football game taking place this upcoming Saturday. The Bearcats and the Wildcats, Cincinnati and Arizona, are definitely 2 very competitive teams. Cincinnati just coming off a bye week, but also a loss to Utah. But considering the fact they're going to be at home in Cincinnati, they certainly should have home field advantage. Arizona comes in as underdogs once again. They've been mostly underdogs for the entire season, but finally, just this past week, they managed to beat Kansas by a final score of 24-20 and are finally bowl eligible. Both teams are bowl eligible, and it's certainly going to be a very interesting matchup to see what's going to happen. Arizona comes in with a very potent offense and defense. Cincinnati also comes in with an even more potent offense and an even more potent defense. And again, it's certainly going to be very interesting to watch as both these teams compete against one another. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in this game. I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping that my Arizona Wildcats will be able to conquer and overcome any and all obstacles against a very, very tough Cincinnati team. Cincinnati ranks second in overall standings, just behind Texas Tech, so second in the Big 12 Conference in overall records. So it's certainly going to be a very interesting game, but again, I am hopeful that my Arizona Wildcats will be able to overcome any obstacles, and they will be able to beat Cincinnati and provide a major upset win. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you all next time.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here, where the lights are a little brighter now. The regular season scoreboard has been wiped clean. This isn't about districts anymore. It's a 6-week single elimination war that carves 6 state champions out of rural Texas's 2A, 3A, and 4A heartland. It starts with the bi-district championship. 64 teams compete in round 1. This is a local execution where the top 4 teams from a district meet the top 4 from an adjacent one. First place plays 4th and second plays 3rd. Fail here, and the dream dies on that cold turf. The 32 teams surviving the cut move to the area round, where the field is cut in half again. Winning that stamps a ticket to the state's Elite 16 teams. The air thins in round 4, the regional semifinals, culling the number to 8 teams. The regional finals, or state quarterfinal, is the next stop on the championship trail. Win this, and no longer a regional power, these teams are one of the last 4 standing in their entire division. The state semifinals come next, a fight for the right to play on the biggest stage. And finally, the state championship game held every December at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, with its 80,000 seat capacity. Thus, in the end, 6 consecutive victories constitute the architecture of triumph in Texas high school football.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Dickmans here with Varsity Sports Show. The past weeks on the radio show, I've been taking you and letting you get to know water polo more. This week, I have the opportunity to really show you in the pool. So let's get right into it.
This is what a water polo field looks like. Usually it's about 25 meters long. This is the 2-meter line. We can see this as an offside line. And this is the 6-meter line. That is the line in which we can score a goal if a foul is committed. See it as kind of a 3-pointer line. We also work with a shot clock. Our shot clock is 30 seconds. If you haven't scored a goal within those 30 seconds or turned the ball over, a bell will ring, and that means your possession is over. The ball will get to the other team. Now onto positions. We have 2 wing players, 3 top shooters, and in the middle we have a center. Of course, all these 6 players have a defender. And we cannot forget the goalie. This makes up to 14 players in the water at the same time. Lastly, I'd like to show you some terminology with some visuals. We'll start with a normal foul. This will be an exclusion. That means that the player is excluded for 20 seconds and you play with a man down.
And that was it for this week. Hopefully you learned some more about water polo, and see you in the spring.
At Arizona State University, the women's hockey team works hard every day to sharpen its edge. For forward Brianne Powell, every practice is proof of how far she's come.
Bree is super enthusiastic and obviously just a all-around great human, and she was somebody that we wanted as part of our culture, and we knew she was coming back from an injury and it was going to take a second, but she has a strong work ethic and really everything we wanted in a player, so it was hard to pass up.
Powell's road back began after tearing her ACL during her first season of college hockey in Canada. The setback tested her physically and mentally, but ultimately reignited her drive.
Playing hockey, deciding to go to university, getting dropped by schools because they didn't want to have an injured player coming in was really difficult. But I had amazing coaches and a really good support team.
When other schools moved on, ASU gave Powell another shot, one that's allowed her to prove that she belongs on the ice and with teammates that are by her side no matter what. Now, fully healthy, Powell has embraced her new role at ASU. She says the team's positive energy and culture have helped her rediscover her love for the game. Powell credits her coaches for helping her rebuild confidence and push through hesitation. Their trust keeps her focused on improvement, not on.
Sometimes I still get scared going into corners because that's how I tore my ACL. So she's kind of just made me more mentally strong in the sense that like she's making me aware of like what I am capable of.
Her teammates and coach say Powell's leadership and energy make the locker room stronger.
She's a big battler, so she definitely dove into just competing through it. I think she did a good job, but I'm not sure many people even know that she went through it. We band together when anybody's hurt, like that's on the ice, somebody falls, you check in on them, and that's when somebody is sick, you show up, you show up at their house, you bring them over.
For JMC 331, I'm Carmen LeBeau.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland over here to my left on the controls. Hawks down 14-22 to the Sidewinders. Rain starting to come down a little bit. Football weather. If you don't like this, you don't like football. Little pooch kick right there to start it. Going to be fielded by the Sidewinders, cutting his way up to the 40-yard line. It's number 25, Torrey Gray, the starting running back here tonight for the Sidewinders. Ethan, walk us through that first half just one more time. Kind of sum it up for us.
Well, it was pretty exciting overall.
Absolutely.
You got to see big plays from both sides, and their first two drives, Hawks go down, score a passing touchdown. The Sidewinders go down and score a passing touchdown as well. And then after that, it was pretty well balanced. You had both teams get fourth down stops, and then the Hawks ended up scoring one more time. But then the final three drives, it was all Sidewinders. They scored a good touchdown. They scored a kickoff touchdown, got a fourth down stop, and then went right down the field and scored with 13 seconds left to go to take the lead.
Yeah, new quarterback in here for the Sidewinders as well. His first pass, incomplete. This rainy weather already starting to wreak some havoc on the play on the field. That's number 9, William Howell.
Howell's been a good second half quarterback for the Sidewinders, and right there he had an accurate throw, but just goes incomplete. And like you mentioned, with the rain coming down, a lot of these receivers' hands are going to start getting wet, so they got to be able to grip the ball a little extra hard if they want to come down with a catch.
Yeah, hope they brought their gloves. Didn't try to get too old school today because they're going to need them. That rain is making it slick out there. A penalty actually is going to go against the Sidewinders, it looks like. Excuse us for a moment, folks, for making some adjustments here with the cameras. Rain is really starting to come down out there, trying to protect the broadcast a little bit. Going to get a little bit of a strange angle for a little bit right here. Max Weiland, he's doing absolutely everything, controlling the graphics, controlling the audio. Now he's controlling cameras. All-star level type of guy over here. First and long for the Sidewinders now.
2-by-2 set again.
Handoff up the middle. Trying to find a lane. Flag comes flying in. Speed right there.
That's probably going to come back on the holding call right there. You had really good blocks, but a little too good. And that's now the second flag in a row for the Sidewinders.
Couple penalties to start second half. Not what you want to see if you're the Sidewinders. Sure, Hawks are happy to just keep on marching this one backwards towards the Sidewinders end zone.
I mean, the rain will help them cool off a little too, even though it's humid because, well, we live in a state called Arizona where you just don't know what Mother Nature's gonna do.
Very true.
You know, sometimes we'll get we'll get a massive like wind gust one day in the middle of May, and it's like, what the heck is going on? And then we have like, this is just like the little trickles of the end of monsoon season, but it's November. So you have no idea what you're going to get with Arizona, but when it comes to this game, again, the defense, at least they have the help of the rain, and also it's going to help, and with these penalties as well, it's getting them to settle down, collect their breath, and get ready for this next down.
So after a long conversation right there between Glenn Rathburn and some of the other referees, that flag is going to be waved off, and Torrey Gray is going to pick up 9 yards on first down.
Well, for this crew, that's the second flag that's been waved off, and when it comes to an average of flags waved off, it's been about between 2 to 3 so far this season.
See what they got here on second down. The handoff up the middle. Gray once again is going to be stopped, met by a whole group of Hawks on that one. Looks like Camarion Banks is the first man there. Drives him the furthest back.
The Camarion Banks, 6'1", 200 from Copper Canyon High School. For a guy that big at corner is pretty crazy too. 6'1" to 6'3". My goodness, that's impressive.
Got the frame, got the size for that Division I level. A lot of these guys trying to make it there. Get to the next level. Fans down here got themselves a fever. Stepping up in the pocket, trying to find his way out of it, and he is sliding, scratching, and clawing his way. Howell trying to pick up the first down.
Yeah, the thing about Howell's 6'5" frame is that, yeah, he may be tall and lengthy, but he is fast. He has a big stride that can go down the field, and he's pretty quick too. So right there, he used his presence to step up in the pocket and take the run and nearly gets the first down on that play.
Now fourth down. Sidewinders look like keeping the offense and Howell out there.
We got a bunch of tight ends on the left side, so be ready for a potential run here.
Your fans screaming, watch the ball. It's going to be a handoff up the gut. Does he have enough? Looks like he might have been stuffed right at the goal line. Or line to gain. It's like big number 99, Josh Dway, is in there on the tackle, stuffs him. 1 yard to gain, but 0 yards on that carry.
Yeah, one-on-one with Josh Dwell. Good luck with that. 330 pounds. You're not going to get through him. And he got absolutely destroyed at the 50-yard line. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. That's another one for this game combined. These defenses, even though they've given up 22 and 14 points, they've made some plays too, especially on fourth down.
You can see him down there on the sideline, hyping him up. Number 77, Riley Standage, not playing tonight, but firing the team up. A little wild, little headbutt with no helmet on. Everybody loves that, I'm sure. I'm sure everyone loves that. The team trainer just watching on thinking, oh my gosh, please don't. Hand off to Williams. Williams cutting it up the right side, and he's got so much speed. And now he's running defenders over. Jared Williams looks like a real polished running back out of that backfield. Little extracurricular right there. Flags stay in the holsters, though. First down for the Hawks.
Oh, Williams getting a little. He's got some real fire in him now after that run. He made sure the defender knew he trucked him down. And then, again, bouncing Williams to the outside. That's where he's worked really well this season and in this game as well. He's getting close to 150 yards on the night.
First down now for the Hawks. Curry out there. Handoff, Archuleta stopped initially, but he bounces it back to the other side. He's got some speed, tackled right by his face mask right there. That's Anthony Rosas. Looked like he might have got a horse collar right there. Horse collar, face mask, regardless, that tackle was too high.
Yeah, and again, another great run by the outside, and that's where they're going to have to keep going when it comes to this run game, especially on wet surfaces like this.
Penalty is going to go against the Sidewinders. It's going to be a horse collar. Nice job right there by my color analyst, Ethan Troll, calling that one out.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the tackle was too high. The defender went right for the left side of the neck and brought him down. Can't make a tackle like that. If you're going to break the guy, if you're going to bring the guy down and pretty much break him, you got to be able to do it in a legal way. And doing it by horse collar, that's not going to help out.
Under 12 minutes now in the third quarter. Curry taking the snap, hands it off to Williams. Williams trying to find a gap, going backwards, but ultimately ends up picking a couple yards on the first down run.
Surprising to me that they're running Williams on the inside still. And again, great blocks by the offensive line. But yeah, now we have a late flag.
Flag comes flying in late. Maybe a little bit of talking down there at the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, we'll see what this is going to be called here. But again, trying to run Williams on the inside is pretty surprising because, again, he's been doing so good on those C gaps and being able to accelerate outside of the tackles.
Penalty is going to go against the Sidewinders. Going to move them even closer to the end zone now. A new first down.
Yeah, now you're inside the 5. This is where you really want to get Williams going. This is potentially right here his second touchdown.
First and goal from inside the 5. Let's see what Williams can do.
Excuse me, this will probably be his first touchdown here if they give him the ball.
That's right, hasn't got in tonight. Handoff to him, trying to be patient. Taken down quickly by some defensive linemen. Folks, you can't see it, but we're doing a lot of work up here in the booth. Not me and Ethan, of course. We're just here to call the game.
Yeah, we're having a blast watching everybody else do the work for
Max
us.
Weiland. Wish you could see him working on this glass screen. Giving it all he's got. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned in maybe ever. Ava Lombatis is back here too. Saved the other camera from the rain. Jumped down the press box ladder right here. Going handheld.
A little wobbly, but we'll make it work.
Well, it wouldn't be HJCAC if it wasn't us cleaning windows and using some handheld camera action. Curry one-handed retrieval on the snap. Still got the ball stiff arming, and he's got nowhere to go. Caught in the backfield by Amari Wright, who originally we saw Amari go off the field earlier tonight.
Oh, Amari with a good play right there. He was injured earlier in the game and comes back out, but he actually got hit a little late after the play. He was on the ground, and one of the offensive linemen shoved him a little bit, and he got really angry right there. Good thing his teammates came in to calm him down after a big tackle for loss there.
Blair Witch style camera work going on right now. Feel like I'm trapped inside of an indie film. Maybe a Diary of a Wimpy Kid style. Not sure. Second and goal for the Hawks. Showing pressure here. Sidewinders. Curry, what a block right there on the blitz pickup, and he scores. Touchdown. Jared Williams picked up that blitz, and WWE Randy Orton slammed the defender into the ground. An attitude adjustment at around the 10-yard line.
And now all the entire offensive line is standing around the refs like, oh, come on, you got to let that stand. That was like you said, WWE block right there. the touchdown was scored, but we'll see what the penalty is here. That was a heck of a block. That was by Williams, I believe.
Jared Williams showing he can do it all.
Block, run, catch, you name it.
Beat you around the edge like a track star, and then he's hitting guys with the 5-knuckle shuffle after dropping them on their head in the backfield.
It's a long discussion by the refs here.
Looks like it is going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, Williams was also celebrating once again after the play and taunting a Sidewinders defender. That's the second time he's done that tonight. On this drive specifically.
So not sure. It's like that's going to wipe the touchdown off the board. 10 minutes, 13 seconds.
Yeah, again, we live in a world of football where some old school plays you can't do anymore. You can't body slam, you can't do certain blocks, and right there it was a great body slam. Don't get me wrong, it's entertaining, but but again, when it comes to certain rules nowadays, they want to protect players, and that's totally understandable. But
Yeah.
again, when it comes to the players, you can't do that. You got to be careful when you make those decisions.
Yeah, by no means was it a legal block, but it was very exciting.
Ratings spiked up a little there, huh?
I think they might have. So Williams made the block, but unsportsmanlike, wipes the touchdown off the board. Second down, let's see if the Hawks can do it now. Second and goal from way out. Lofted over the middle, and it's going to be picked off. Looks like maybe lost it, but it is intercepted down inside the 5-yard line by number 56, Curtis Turner. Great coverage right there. Just floated back, and Curry didn't quite put enough arch on that one. Flag is down.
That flag looked like it happened after the play, but we'll see what it is here. But again, for the interception, Curtis Turner, 5'9", 220 from South Mountain, grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. I love that the entire team came onto the field for just a little bit while he was sprinting over to the sideline. They all celebrated with him. That was great to see. What a play by Turner, too. He went up for that ball, and he's only 5'9". He jumped up way high in the air to snag it.
He did. Jumped up there, got both hands on it. Pulled it down. So the defense has been, despite giving up those 2 first-half touchdowns, pretty strong for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, good stand right there. I mean, bend but don't break. They went clawing down the field on those big runs and then stood tall in the red zone, get the turnover, and now they'll see if the offense can capitalize and get them back in this game to tie it up potentially.
First down now for the Sidewinders because the interception was inside the 5. They're going to move forward. Oh, miscommunication right there, and just sliding down is the next quarterback up. Braden Darling back in there for the Sidewinders.
Well, last week when they were facing the Pumas, Darling was in the entire game. He didn't come out at all. And they brought in Howell to start the second half, and then like you just mentioned, they're bringing Darling back in because if they need their deep threat QB to go back out there, and by deep threat I mean somebody who's willing to really take the deep shot, and that's what's been working for them in this game too, especially on their connections to Earhart before the end of the first half.
Here's the snap to Darling. He's going to hand it off to Gray. Gray, one cut up, makes another man miss, but nice tackle right there. Some good sportsmanship as well, helping him up. Number 8, Amir Robinson.
Yeah, he got smacked hard in the chest right there to go down, but not after getting a good run on those inside zone runs. Both teams have been consistently trying to run on the inside, and for the Hawks, it hasn't been very successful. But for the Sidewinders, that's where their run game has been for the most part, is in those A and B gaps where the nose tackles are.
First and 10 for the Sidewinders. 5-man rush showing here for the Hawks. Drop one back, hand off to Gray again. Gray trying to bounce around the offensive line, still on his feet. Pile forming. Play is blown dead quickly. Referees trying to keep this one tightly in their grasp, not letting anything go too late.
Yeah, both offense and defense came together right there for a big group hug to stop the ball carrier. But now you have a second and manageable. And what's surprising from both of these teams tonight is they haven't really attacked the middle of the field a whole lot. And that's what consistently gets open, unless if the linebackers are sitting in the zone. So we'll see if they go right back to the outside for what's been working for them.
I think you saw that last drive right there from the Hawks. They tried to go over the middle, and strong linebacker play stops that one. Now Gray, another handoff, breaks it to the right side. He's got getting away speed. Finally tracked down and shoved out of bounds. Flag down, though, around the 40.
Potentially a holding call coming back. The entire offense knows exactly who it's on, and they're just going to take their time coming back, too, especially after a big gain like that.
So the 5'8" freshman, Torrey Gray, been a explosive weapon here for the Sidewinders. Big piece of the offense, helping get the run game going.
Not even getting it going. It's more of like, keep it going.
Yeah, keeping it alive.
That's what it feels like. Torrey Gray has been the motor of this offense to set up those passing plays, but now they're in a longer situation.
Now the quick jet sweep somehow gets around the edge, but not today. Raymond Grayson got back there quick. One of a handful of times we've seen him get back there, not get fooled by the trickery of the Sidewinders offense and create a negative play.
6'2", 225, Heritage High School. Came off the edge and was able to get the ball carrier down way behind the line of scrimmage there. They tried to call a reverse, almost slipped through the tackle, but gets thrown backwards, setting up the Sidewinders back even farther for 3rd and 26. I don't know how they're going to convert this.
3rd and forever for the Sidewinders. See what they got here. 4-man rush showing.
Well, they've only got one high safety.
Hawks going for him. Trying to find his way. Darling fires. It's intercepted. Left sideline. Trying to chase him down. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown Hawks. Just when you thought Sidewinders had gained control, taking the ball back, and we're going to go down and make a drive. Hawks defense comes up huge, puts 6 points on the board.
I believe that was trying to figure out what number that is, but either way, the defensive back came down. I believe that's number 3, Ivan Barron, 5'9", 175. He read the play from the very beginning. Not enough power, picks it off and takes it all the way back for a red carpet touchdown.
Coming all the way from Yuma, Arizona. DB making right now what looks like to be the biggest play of this second half.
Did a little dance there in the end zone to celebrate with his teammates as well. The entire defense came up and celebrated with him going back to the sideline.
So Darling, as we see here, Hawks going for 2, fire to the end zone. Now Curry's pass nearly intercepted. Looked like Namaya Arumbie sold out on that one, landed flat on his back with that. The flag down.
Yeah, Arumbie landed really hard on his back, and he's still down in the end zone.
So we'll take a quick break and be back after this.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. After the pick six by Ivan Barron, the Hawks trying to go for two and level the playing field here in the third quarter. Curry in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, fires to the corner of the end zone, pass broken up again. A lot of contact right there between Ortega and the DB, Quincy Ortega-Starks. Got another flag down, and it is going to be pass interference on the defense. They'll try it again.
Yeah, Quincy Ortega-Starks got a little too handsy right there, right away, and that led to that pass interference call. So now here we go again on the third try.
Let's see here once again. Matchup to watch down there. Ortega versus Ortega-Starks. One-on-one. See if they go back to him, give him another chance. Williams to the right of Curry. Takes the snap. This time they give it to Williams, and he's just going to plow his way into the end zone and convert the two-point attempt. So third time's the charm for the Hawks. Even the score, 22-22 with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Once again, Williams showboating, but no flag this time. He's really feeling the energy. He's been the offense. He's been most of the offense tonight and just keeping them going and being able to make room with what he's got. And actually, for one of the very few times tonight, the inside run worked for the Hawks.
Getting ready to kick it away here, the Hawks. Bring back out probably the biggest kicker you've ever seen. Josue Solis, 6'5", 320 pounds.
Oh, good Lord.
Defending the blind side on offense as well. So talk about how the big guys, these offensive linemen, are athletes too. Kicks that one away. It's going to be fielded at the 25-yard line, bringing him out. He's already got one tonight, unable to break it away. Crushing tackle by Amir Robinson, and he's cranking that along the sideline.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And good sportsmanship once again for one of the players that was down on the field for the Sidewinders. He's limping off. But again, a good return and a good tackle right there by Amir Robinson. Full legal, full body tackle, driving him into the ground. See, we were talking about Williams' body slam block earlier, and that one you can't do. But when you take a player down low and you drive him into the ground at a low level, that's okay.
Jaden Vigil on the return right there. Already had that big 75-yard KOR touchdown. Now Howell back in there at quarterback for the Sidewinders. Howell hands this one off. Got some room up the middle for the running back. Cutting his way up. Number 45, Eric Rodriguez, went to Mesquite, hailing from Mesa, Arizona. Nice gain on first down for another first down.
Again, both teams now are just continuing to pound the rock, especially with the surfaces being wet. The rain stopped a little while ago, but again, the surfaces are starting to feel a little more slippery, so you may as well keep doing what's been working for both teams, and that's running the ball.
Howell hands it off once again, trying to find an edge, but going to be corralled and spun out of bounds. Raymond Grayson got there right away. Eric Rodriguez will step aside real quick. Be right back.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland over here on the keys, making it happen. Run up the middle by Rodriguez. And Rodriguez is just ripping off chunk plays time after time.
Yeah, these nose tackles for the Hawks are getting absolutely destroyed by the interior offensive lineman for Sonoran. And I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this inside run, send a couple of linebackers in those gaps to plug up the holes.
Let's take a moment here and shout out Max for the cleaning job he did on this window right here. Probably the cleanest it's ever been since the day they put it in. Howell rolls out to his right, stops, fires in the end zone, man wide open. Touchdown, Sidewinders, Dylan White, all day in the end zone. Ball still stuck to his hand right there. Couldn't even get it off his cleat.
That's now back-to-back games for Dylan White with a receiving touchdown. Now there's a flag on the play. I believe it might have been afterwards, but either way, this touchdown will most likely stand. And again, Dylan White finally his first catch, I believe, of the game, if not his second, and that this one goes for a score. He was all by himself in the end zone. There was nobody around.
Yeah, a bit of a busted coverage right there. Howell saw him last minute, stopped and fired. You might remember Dylan White from a little bit earlier when he bobbled the hold on an extra point and then ran it to that far pylon in a track race and took a shot but converted it. 28-22 right now. Flag flies, but the kick is good.
It's going to be offsides on the Hawks here. No, most likely just be declined, and they'll take the extra point.
Well, we've seen it before tonight. Coach Monson, he is going to decline the penalty, but I was going to say we've seen him tonight accept that penalty, and the yardage moved forward and gone for two.
And now it's a 29-22 game with less than 5 minutes to go. This has been a very good back and forth game to end the season.
Yeah, starting to come down to the wire here. Pretty awesome season finale for the HJCAC. Sidewinders getting ready to kick it away once again. Seven-point lead for the Sidewinders. Similar to the Hawks, we really haven't seen one facet of this game dominate. They've been able to just spread the ball out really well and do it all types of ways.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean,
That
both
penalty actually goes against the Sidewinders and is going to be enforced on this kickoff. That's why they're kicking from their own 20-yard line.
Well, this is huge. This is huge for the Hawks because now if you get a good return, you're already in field goal range. But at this point, again, both teams are just going to try and score touchdowns throughout the night.
So the Hawks have done a really good job with the field position. A nice kick right there from the Sidewinders. Trying to find a lane, weaving in and out of traffic, but finally gets stopped. Looks like that was...
And now we have two players down at midfield.
So we'll take another breath in the action and sort this out. We'll be right back after a couple messages.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland over here to my left. Ava Lombatis stalking behind us with the camera. Ryan Gaylord up here with us on the other side. On a kind of rainy night here at Campo Verde High School. Williams trying to bounce this one outside, runs into a defender and his own blocker.
Now we got a lot of flags on the penalty, and now there is a very crucial injury down on the field again.
So with that, we'll step aside and be back after a couple more messages.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Glad to see that the player down was able to get up, walk with some coaches, teammates, and trainer off the field under his own power with a little bit of assistance, but nonetheless able to get over there and get some attention and hopefully get him feeling better.
Yeah, that was Logan Gardea who got hit, and he was on the ground for a little while, but thankfully, like you said, he was able to get up with some help and off the field. With the injury he had, he'll most likely be out for the game. It's a good player they're losing on their defense.
Hawks backed up because of a penalty now on 1st and long. Curry going to give it to Williams. Williams trying to find the edge like he has so many times today, but he's taken down in the backfield. And fired up over there on the other sideline. Number 6, Andre Wright, maybe a little bit too fired up. Penalty comes flying in.
Oh, and that's the issue with football today as well, is that usually when the defense taunts, the flag is thrown, but when the offense does it, it's hardly thrown.
Excuse me, that was number 5, Darian Zeeb.
Yeah, Darian Zeeb with the shoelace tackle, great open field play, but I think with all the taunting that Williams has done tonight, he got fired up and wanted to do a little bit of it himself. But once again, the flag got thrown. And we'll see who this is called on. And it goes against the Sidewinders.
So what was a first and long is now going to be moved back to the original line of scrimmage where this whole drive started. Now 1st and 10.
Yeah, Williams can take it as it is, whether it's a warning sign for him to tone it down or to keep it going, because again, now the emotions are starting to run high with a close back and forth game. I mean, we still have another quarter and 4 minutes to go. This is only going to get better from here.
Under 4 minutes left. 1st and 10 will do it for a third time on this drive.
Zone coverage for the Sidewinders. They're leaving the slot receiver close to us, wide open.
Third time has been the charm lately for the Hawks. Snap taken, handoff to Williams. Williams cuts it up the gut, trying to get away. Tracked down from behind, but a first down for the Hawks. I believe Coach Kane was right. It's the best that Jared Williams has looked, I think, this season. Said he was the healthiest he's been this season. Been struggling with some injuries. Just banged up after a long season overall. Hawks had to actually take last week off due to the injuries that they have. Playing with about 27 guys tonight. So low numbers for Gila River. First down. Curry, quick throw out to the right. Pass is going to be caught, trying to get around the edge. Kalinowski. It was a nice job right there, turning what was a quick short pass into a solid short gain.
Yeah, Jalen Kalinowski. We haven't said his name a whole lot since the first half. And it was a good job making a play right at the beginning. Takes the snag and jukes out Dylan White. Dylan actually slipped a little bit trying to make the tackle. Tries to fight off a couple more defenders for a few extra yards. And now we got
2nd and medium now for the Hawks.
Archuleta at the running back now.
Williams taking a little bit of a breather, couple plays off. Chuleta flips to the short side of the field. Timeout taken by Coach Kane and the Hawks. So we'll step aside. Be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Max Weiland helping us out with camera and graphics and video, making all the magic happen. Curry, low snap, rolls out, got all the time in the world, fires towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Ortega was trying to spin back around and make that catch, but unable to.
Yeah, good attempt there by Curry to Ortega, but just a little over the head there. And I want to go back to Williams again because a couple weeks ago, even with injuries, he had a 100-plus yard rushing game. And tonight, he's getting close to that 200-yard mark if they continue to give him the ball. And this offensive line has been doing a good job at giving him the room. to bounce outside. But now on this drive, he's been getting a good chunk of yards up the middle. They're finally getting him going up the A-gaps.
After the incompletion, it brings up 3rd down for the Hawks. Curry got Ortega at the bottom of the screen right here. Looking out to his right, launches over the middle, floating pass, and it's complete. Christian Harvey holds on to the ball after taking a shot and scored 6 points for the Hawks.
Wow, what a great throw by Curry. He had a guy smack him right in the chest and floats a beautiful rainbow to Christian Harvey for the end zone in the middle of the 2 safeties once again. And that gives the Hawks only down by 1 with less than 2 to go. This is a really good game.
Dylan Curry, I believe that's his 3rd passing touchdown of the night.
It sure is, man. He has been playing a really good game and making great decisions overall.
He's spreading the ball out, too. He's got a touchdown thrown to all of his main wide receivers in this game. That one to Harvey, completed one to Kalinowski to start the game. Got one to Ortega after that. Then right there finds Christian Harvey, who somehow holds onto that ball as the flag is waved off.
That's now the 3rd wave flag out tonight, just meeting the average on the season for the refs with 3.
See, we know the Hawks are going to go out there, go for 2. Nail biter here at Campo Verde High School on the Varsity Sports Show. HJCAC action. Last game of the year. Empty set now for Curry. Fresh off that passing touchdown. Hawks offense trying to put 2 more on the board. Curry's got pressure immediately. He's got to roll out quickly. Throws across his body in the end zone, and it's complete. Kalinowski reached up there and grabbed it. Cross-body throw by Curry. This guy is all over the field tonight.
Man, he's doing it all himself, running outside the pocket. Had the time to stay inside, rolls out, and is looking for somebody to just throw to, and finds him at the back of the end zone, just sitting there and waiting for it. And now they take the lead by 1.
And another flag down there as the players are coming off the field. Curry across his body. I mean, that's one of the best throws I think I have seen this year from the HJCAC League. I mean, if we could put together a little highlight reel of throws, maybe the best plays of the year on a 2-point conversion, Curry drops a dime to Kalinowski.
Yeah, and head coach of the Sonoran Sidewinders, Chad was on the sideline really upset about something that happened during the play, and he was in the refs' faces for a little bit there. I mean, either way, negative or positive, that's got to fire up your team too, because again, this is going to be a back and forth game for the rest of the night.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Let's see how the Snakes are able to respond. Penalty is going to go against Sidewinders. So that moves the Hawks kickoff all the way up to the 50. Fans not happy about the officials on the field tonight. Here comes the kick. All the way out there to the 1-yard line. Looks like C.J. Williams is going to get his chance at a return, and he's upended early. Hawks players come flying in, and they are slow to get up there on the other side. We'll step away and be right back after this.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. With an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road. 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name's Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll, HJCAC football. Hawks on top 30-29. Got a barn burner here at Campo Verde High School in the last game of the season. Both teams putting it all on the line right here. Darling's going to keep this one himself, and he's got some blocks along this left side. Sneaks out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good decision right there. And saw some trash talking too as Darling was going out of bounds. He's talking both. Again, you're seeing that a lot now with the game getting close to the fourth quarter. It's only going to go up from here with it being only a 1-point game. And yeah, good decision by Darling to just roll out of bounds there with nobody else open.
Second and medium now for the Sidewinders. Hawks defense talking it over. Trying to decide what to do here. Protection really has been pretty good from both sides of the ball tonight. Keeping some pretty clean pockets, and when they do collapse, quarterbacks have been able to step up and get out. Darling's going to give this one to Hernandez. Hernandez has really shown up in this second half, but a flag comes flying in around the 30-yard line. Looks like this one might be coming back.
Yeah, it feels like these last 3 minutes have been like more like half an hour with all these penalties, taking these plays back and the injuries as well. Good run there by Ramirez, though. To just bounce to the outside and be able to get a good chunk play there.
So what was a really clean first half is sort of turned into a penalty fest, and that one's actually going to go against the Hawks. So tack 10 yards on to the end of a nice run by Hernandez.
Yeah, that's just going to put them close to enemy territory once again. Both of these defenses are getting carved up, but have made some good plays too. overall, this is arguably the best HJCAC game of the season to end the season, at least in my opinion.
I would agree. I think that's part of what makes this league so cool is just seeing how much better these guys get throughout a year. Virgil in motion. Now snap taken by Darling. Fires right away and too high. We've seen him miss that a couple times tonight. Just getting it started a little bit too early.
Yeah, I was targeted for Kieran and Earhart there on the short route, and when he's been running these short routes tonight, he's been open but not targeted. But when he's going deep, they throw him the ball. So to get him the ball more often, have him go down the field again. Have him go on seams and goes and posts. Let's see what he can do.
Second and 10 for the Hawks now. What were we going to say, Ethan?
I was just going to say, just to continue his big night, he's had those 2 catches in the second quarter to nearly put him at 80 receiving yards.
Williams in motion. They're not going to give him the quick handoff. Hernandez met right away by a group of Hawks right there.
Once again, played by number 99, Josh Dway. 6 feet, all 330. Again, you're going to try and get that one-on-one matchup with him. As a running back, any ball carrier, you're not going anywhere. The only way to go is to run away.
Third down now, just across the 50 at the Hawks 49. Let's see what happens here. Might see a shot here, but not until after the third quarter. Alarm sounds. With that, we'll take a quick break and get ready for the fourth.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Some sweet moves here in the crowd. Jumping around at Campo Verde High School as the Sidewinders try to come back down 1 here, entering the fourth quarter. Stepping up to take a shot. Darling completes the pass to Williams along the sideline. First down, Sidewinders.
First time we called his name in a while. The Hawks have done a good job at covering Williams, but right there, Darling stepped up just in time to make the throw and deliver to his speedy wide receiver for his first technical catch of the game.
So moving the chains, something the Hawks have been really good at tonight. First down now for Darling. Takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, got a blocker out there on the left side, showing off the legs, trying to squeeze his way up the sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds.
The Sidewinders might have gotten away with a little holding call on the left tackle, but either way, they didn't call it, and Darling took advantage, took off, and had a lead block up ahead to get a good chunk play and put them in the red zone.
Hernandez was up there throwing a lead block.
I love seeing big backs like him go downfield and just try to lay one out for their quarterback taking off. You always want to have a running back that's willing to make a play in multiple areas, whether that's blocking, receiving, running the ball. It's good that he went upfield to go block for his QB1.
So first and 10 from about the 12-yard line. Rolling out to the right, Darling throws incomplete. Trying to go back to Hernandez right there. You can see right away Darling reaching for that towel that he's got tucked in the game pants. Second down now. The first down is not going to be possible. Looks like they actually have the ball spotted right at the
11.
11. So you can pick up the first down here. It's super close to that 10-yard line. Sticks just in front of the end zone. See what they can do here. Second down. Williams in motion. They're going to fake the give and give it to Hernandez, who's got a convoy ahead of him. He's finally dragged down, and I think that is going to be exactly what the Sidewinders needed, and pick up a first down while in a essentially goal-to-go situation.
Yeah, that was a good run there on the outside, or excuse me, on the inside, and he just got the. No, they're actually, yeah, I thought it was a first down, but they're marking it just short.
Oh wow, they are marking him just short. Okay.
Yeah, it's 3rd and short now, so you may as well run a. Again, you may as well go back to what's been working, and that's running the ball. But again, both of these offenses overall have been working in multiple ways through the air and ground.
59 total points in this one. Sidewinders knocking on the door now, looking to add on to that total.
It's 3rd down. Come on.
Trying to go for the tush push, and into the end zone goes Darling. Flexing for the cameras. Touchdown is good. Offsides on the defense. It's going to be declined.
Darling with another bowling celebration in the end zone. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And he's been playing really well, too. Both of these quarterbacks have done a great job at making great decisions, but right there it was simple enough. Take your big body quarterback, push him right up the gut, and let him go score.
35-30. Sidewinders have been able to convert on their 2 points. Even when they're not trying to get 2-point conversions, they're converting on them. So let's see if they're able to tack 2 more onto the board and make it a 7-point lead and put some more pressure on this Hawks offense. "13 minutes left. High snap. Handed off to Hernandez. He bumps into Darling in the backfield, and he stood up. Nathaniel Ferguson was in the backfield right away to make that stop. With that, we'll get ready for kickoff and be back after a couple short messages.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Folks, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. As you saw earlier on that play, Sidewinders unable to complete the 2-point try. So up just 5 points. Hawks can really extend the lead now. They're able to score and get a 2-point conversion instead of being up by just 2. End up being up by 3.
Yeah, you can't really give bias as to which side of the ball has won, more on offense, more on defense, because, yeah, the points show that the offenses have been winning, but the defenses have been making good plays too.
Oh, and a muffed kick return right there, but it's picked up. Returning it from around the 15-yard line, keeping the legs moving. Eventually, the pile gets Pushed sideways. Nice return right there from Travante Hadley. Hadley, the linebacker, 5'10", 200 pounds from Copper Canyon High School from Glendale, Arizona. 13 minutes left. Hawks down 5, trying to get back on top.
You know, you were just talking about a high school right there, and, you know, we're at Campo Verde High School, which was established in 2009, and this season they went 7-5, and even though they got eliminated in the first round by Canyon View, they had a good season and one of the best they've had in quite some time.
High school team picking up here at Campo Verde. The HJC action, and Williams going to cut this run back again, and met by the defense, still on his feet, but eventually runs out of room right there. Amari Wright making a big tackle.
Yeah, Williams' jersey is really dirty. Like, you could see his jersey is more faded than everybody else's. Everybody else's is kind of like still a nice crispy sky blue, but his is starting to turn more into a dark sky blue because of the amount of times he's carried the ball tonight and being brought to the ground. But again, he's still fighting on every single down, and he broke 3 tackles right there before having to be wrapped up by 4 different sidewinders.
Well, I really don't know if I've seen him just hit a hole that was designed for him. It seems like every play he's able to just bounce it back around the outside somehow and find a brand new imaginary lane that he basically just creates for himself. It's awesome. Now, quick throw right here out to the right side to Harvey. Harvey trying to move around, but just some suffocating defense right now from the Sidewinders.
Yeah, they had no room to work with there. And Harvey's he's limping right now. He's trying to work his way back over to the sideline. These Hawks, man, they're coming out of the sky one by one, and their wings are starting to get ripped off because it just feels like now like the Hawks are starting to run out of people to use.
Yeah, Ivan Barron, the DB, we already saw him take a interception to the house earlier tonight, so we know he's got the hands. We know he can find the end zone. Let's see if he can do it on the offensive side of the ball as well. A crucial 3rd down here for the Hawks. Been almost perfect on 3rd down and 4th down conversions inside their own territory. See if they can get it done here. Curry dropping back, got pressure early, has to step up, launches one deep, and it's tipped up in the air, almost intercepted with one hand.
There's a flag on the field as well, back inside the quarterback pocket.
Dylan White couldn't quite haul that one in. Like you said, flag is down in the backfield.
Yeah.
Head referee Glenn Rathburn talking it over right now with some associates.
Well, Amari Wright's helmet popped off near the end there, so it could be illegal hands to the face on the offense. But again, there's a lot of discussion about which it was either on the defensive line or offensive line. It's going to go one way or the other.
See here. Rathburn still talking it over. Looks like it's going to be on the Hawks, and it is going to go against the Hawks. Sidewinders are going to decline the penalty. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, never mind then. It was just a holding penalty, but again, with Amari Wright's helmet popping off, I'm surprised that no illegal contact to the face was called there. But hey, here we are on 4th down.
4th down now. Hawks trying to keep this drive alive. We've seen them do it a couple times tonight. Can they pull off the 4th down magic again? Curry got Williams in the backfield with him. Low snap, drops back, has to step up, rolling to his right side, pass, jump ball in and out of the hands of Antrell Harris. Looking towards the sideline referee to see if there's any type of flag right there.
Yeah, they're trying to make their case on the flag there, but it's not going to get called, and that pass just went a little too high. And once again, another turnover on downs for this Hawks offense.
So Harris with a good effort, but unable to haul in the tough catch right there. Now brings up first down. Once again, thanks to everybody watching right now on YouTube on the Varsity Sports Show. We appreciate you down there in that chat, letting us know what's going on. Howell got a screenplay set up to the right side. It's a QB draw. He's got blockers in front of him. Breaking a tackle, staying on his feet, breaking another one, but he's out of bounds around the 15-yard line. So a tricky play right there.
How
for the
about
Sidewinders?
How about William Howell lowering his shoulder twice to go make plays, man? Bam, makes the first guy go down, and bam, makes the second guy go down, and nearly stayed in bounds on the sideline, but ends up going out of bounds. Either way, a great run by the backup quarterback.
6'5", 210 pounds. Very athletic, as you saw right there. They dropped that QB draw for him. See what they drop here for Howell, the sophomore, second year. Williams goes in motion. Handoff up the middle, trying to find his lane into the end zone. Flag is down in the backfield. Isaiah Trejos at this moment is in the end zone. Let's see what Rathburn has to say. And the penalty is going to go against the Sidewinders and bring them back.
That was a good run by Trejos, but again, that penalty just brings him back. And it always sucks when you see a good score wiped off the board, but that's a great win for the Hawks because they needed a break. Their defense has been getting cut up tonight on injuries, through the air, on the ground, and they've made some good plays. Don't get me wrong, but again, both of these defenses have just been carved up, as you can see from the scoreboard, 35-30, if that tells you enough.
Yeah, high-scoring game. See now what the Sidewinders can do on a new first down. First and 15 for Howell. Got Dylan White here at the bottom of your screen. One-on-one bump coverage. Howell's going to give it to Trejos again. Trejos trying to lean into the lane right there, but knocked over by a couple different Hawks players.
You see, the thing about Sonoran is that they use multiple running backs, and they continually change them out throughout the game. They use at least 4 different running backs, and again, Trejos is one of their other physical backs that it doesn't take one guy to take him down. It takes at least 2. And right there, it just showed. He bounced off of 2 offensive linemen to keep going for extra yards.
Head coach of the Sidewinders, Chad Morrison, doing a great job with the play calls here tonight. Now Howell going to give to Trejos again, who tries to bounce it outside, and he stays up, somehow breaking the arm tackle. Arms spread wide open in the end zone. Touchdown for the Sidewinders.
That just proved my point again. It doesn't take one guy. It has to take at least 2, and they have to be at the same time. He broke 2 separate tackles right there to stay up and walk in for an easy touchdown. And now that puts the Sidewinders up by 2 possessions. And if the Hawks don't respond soon, this game is slowly pulling away.
Monson, you see there, electing to go for 1 on the extra point here. Angel Perez was the first guy there trying to bring him down, but just slipped out of his grasp. Eight minutes, 34 seconds left. Hawks down 11 to the Sidewinders. Time winding down here for the extra point team. And that is going to be a delay of game, so that's going to back the Sidewinders PAT squad up. See if they keep them out there to try and go for it.
Yeah, they're still going to keep him out there. And now that you're in a different spot, at least you have a little bit more room to work with to draw up a different kind of pass play here.
I think they're going to keep the kicking team out there, actually.
Oh, okay.
Michael Sink out there to kick the extra point. Just the second time I think we've seen him tonight. Dylan White on the hold. That one is a clean operation. Extra point is good. Sonoran Sidewinders go up 12 and lead 42-30 over the Hawks. We'll step aside and take a quick break.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the kickoff from the Sidewinders, and drugged down by the jersey, Ivan Barron. Didn't have much room to work with.
Yeah, Kieran Earhart with the finished tackle there, and now the energy's starting to slowly pull away from the Hawks and go all Sidewinders. If they get a stop here, they could respond once again. But again, for the Hawks offense, now it's time to start getting Williams involved in different ways to help set up that passing game again.
8.5 minutes left in this one. Hawks trying to mount a comeback, but the numbers have just been dwindling for them here through the night. Kind of been the story of their season so far. Trying to get one last win here in the season finale. One last comeback. Down by 12. Curry has to step up in that pocket, evades the tackler. Rolling out to his right, still trying to find something, making it happen, but he is going to go down in the backfield. The man who picked him off earlier, Curtis Turner, was the one to do it.
Great coverage downfield by the Sidewinders. He had nowhere to throw that ball, and he tried pump faking just a little bit, but he was thinking about running, then stop, and then ran a little bit and then stopped because he wanted to get the ball down the field, but instead couldn't find anybody and just had to take the sack.
So that backs him up on now what is second down. Williams in the backfield. Second and long for the Hawks. Curry's going to give it to Williams. Williams trying to find the edge. He does for a moment right there, but Darian Zeb flies in and takes him out.
Yeah, Zeb came flying in like a missile and tackled Williams down low. That's how you're supposed to get Williams down because he's so shifty. Hit him with the waist down. That's how you're going to be able to get him because he's been so good at getting tacklers off of him when they're attacking him from the waist up.
One of those guys, you just got to fly in and kind of pray that you're going to tackle him. Because if you try to break down and sit down in the open field with him, he's probably just going to make you look silly.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
3rd and 10 now for the Hawks. Season finale hanging in the balance here, it feels like. Curry is going to drop back, rolls out to his right. Flag goes flying in the backfield, fires downfield, intercepted by Zeb, but Looks like he might have been out of bounds, waiting for a signal, and he was out of bounds.
Yeah, they called it out of bounds, and then there's going to be a flag on the Hawks here. Looks like a block in the back by one of the offensive linemen after Curry ran up top.
That's going to back the Hawks up even more on third down. Flag still lying on the ground over there, it looks like.
Yeah, the penalty got declined here, so now here we are on fourth down.
So Hawks will stay where they are. And now fourth down, but Coach Kane's going to take a timeout, so we'll be right back after this. Get ready. Hawks trying to mount a comeback.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, HJCAC action. 6 minutes, 14 seconds left. A little bit of Fetty Wap playing right now to try and get the crowd excited. We are back. Fourth down now, looking for some more fourth down magic. Looks like a four-man rush coming, a little twist action right there. Curry stepping up, rolling out to his right, still looking downfield, and he makes a big contact right there with Zeb, who's been flying around all over the place, but a penalty is flown in there in the backfield.
They've got two penalty markers down, so we're probably going to see two separate penalties here, and Curry being able to take that kind of hit, whoa, and be able to get up after that. Sheesh, he's a tough son of a gun.
Boy, I hope they don't call this holding. There was a pretty beautiful pancake block by an offensive lineman right there.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm hoping they don't call that one back, because that was pretty much as good of a block as you can get right there. Referees still talking it over. Pointing out maybe a disagreement. See one nodding their head yes, the other one shaking their head no. Still debating there.
So no matter what situation comes up with this.
Yeah, regardless, I think it's going to be fourth down because of the penalty. Since the penalty happened so early in the play.
Right. So what are some of the high school playoff matchups you're looking forward to coming up next week? 'Cause there's some really good matchups.
Well, this Horizon team really has me fired up. They have a super talented squad. James Klopfenstein is one of the best wide receivers, I think, in Arizona in 5A. They have an absolutely nasty freshman over there, Dylan Brush, and it's going to be a hold against the Hawks and a hold against the Sidewinders, and another hold against the Sidewinders. Penalties declined, so it is now, once again, 4th down. I feel like we've seen plays be retried over and over so many times this game.
Yeah, and a long discussion just for us to replay the down. But like you mentioned about Horizon going up against Marana in the next round, that's going to be a heck of a game to watch. And I'm sure that's going to go back and forth for both running games.
Yeah, Bodie Zamorano, the school's rushing record holder. He broke it earlier this year. Having a electric season.
Yeah, that kid's amazing. Him and Brush, like you said, he's going to be the next big guy up after Zamorano graduates.
Dylan Brush is just a freshman, and he's already has over 600 yards after getting that backup second running back role. Here we go. 4th down for the Hawks. Curry. Can he make something happen? False start. Going to get a free play right here. Launching downfield. And Zeb absolutely and unloads on Kalinowski. Multiple flags flying in right here.
Oh, yeah, this is getting really nasty now.
Hats flying. Flags flying.
Oh, that is unnecessary. I mean, the late hit on a defenseless receiver like that, I get that. I understand the defensive player trying to make a play, but that was not a good call. I mean, now you've got emotions that are really high. The entire referee crew is talking about penalties. You have 7 different yellow flags on the field, including a hat, 2 different hats. Oh, man, this is going to take a while to discuss here.
So, some brutal scenes here with 5.5 minutes left. Some late drama. It feels like all that pressure, all this tension has finally reached its breaking point, and right there, Darian Zeb took all of it.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, Dave, but then you also got Coach Kane for the Hawks. He's having to take a stroll away from the team for a little bit just because he's got to contain his emotions,
I believe
too.
he's been ejected. I think he's gone. Coach Kane has walked off the field. Personal foul on the Sidewinders. Player has been ejected.
And unsportsmanlike on the Hawks as well, multiple.
There's a lot going on here, but yeah, Coach Kane has left the field.
Wow. I mean, he was hot. He ran right onto the field even during the play because he saw the hit and just wanted to defend his guy and got up in the ref's face. And, I mean, as a coach, I mean, it's understandable if you were trying to defend your player, but to a certain degree, they already threw the flag. He probably didn't see it. And that cost him getting ejected from the game, especially at a crucial point where you guys are trying to come back.
I'll tell you what, it's nice to see Kalinowski take that hit and get up and still be out there with the rest of the starting lineup. Because, I mean, he got absolutely blindsided. And
oh, yeah.
That's a dirty hit, no doubt. And Zeb absolutely needed to get taken out of that game. That was a unnecessary hit.
Yeah. He got absolutely rocked, like you said, and the fact that he was able to get up after that is pretty incredible. So you don't see hits like that anymore. He got hit, or those kind of hits used to happen way back before the early 2000s, and they ended near the early 2000s. Now you see big hits, but usually they're mostly legal, and you can't blindside anybody like that anymore.
Yeah, as they should. That is a play that really is not okay. It was smart from Curry to recognize the jump off sides. Try to get the free play, but hard hit on Kalinowski. Nice to see him be able to take that and get back up.
Yeah, and after all of that, it's going to be a first down, but right back where the ball was originally spot and not move forward. So I'm not sure what that ball spot is there, but I mean, either way, it's instead of 4th down, it's 1st down, so that's good news for the Hawks.
So Darian Zeeb is out from the game as far as we can tell. Blitz coming in. Pass going to be completed out there once again to Kalinowski, who's trying to make his way up the sideline. Clock keeps running.
I want to give credit to Anthony Rosas on the Sonoran Sidewinders. He's been flipping from left to right when it comes to blitzing, and he's timed the calls of the offense really well and is able to just barely get past the line before as the ball is getting snapped. He's done a good job at timing his blitzes tonight.
Unfortunately for him, Hawks offensive line and running backs have also done a really good job of picking up those blitzes tonight.
Yep, exactly.
Some right there. I saw that same thing. He jumped that snap perfect, but left tackle was able to get there right in time. Here he comes again. The handoff to Williams. Shifting his way for a short gain on 2nd down.
Surprises me that that Sonoran hasn't tried to punch the ball out of Williams' hands. Yes, he's very strong and is able to keep the ball tight in his chest, but they haven't tried to do any peanut punches or try to rip the ball out. If they want to continue to stay dominant in this game, they got to try and get a takeaway.
Three and a half minutes approaching here on the Varsity Sports Show. Pass complete out there to Kalinowski. He's going to go down right after he catches it, but enough for a 1st down to move the chains.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a little more than 3 minutes to go, like you said, and they're just taking their time. They're not trying to hurry up or try to get back into it. I mean, they're still down by 12, but again, if you want to get back in this game and make it a close one, you got to get down the field quick. You can't be throwing these short curl routes or crossing routes. Get those deep posts going, and let's see some big plays.
Under 3 minutes on 1st down for the Hawks offense. Handoff to Williams. He's met in the backfield and driven back. Anthony Rosas into the backfield. Big stop right there.
Yeah, we talked about him a couple plays, timing those blitzes, and he did it right there. Made a big, huge tackle for a loss right there. And I'm surprised that the Hawks are even running the ball at this point. They've got to pass on every play to get back into it.
Coach Kane is no longer down there on the field with the rest of the team. So he is off in the locker room. Went out there standing up for his player after that unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense almost jumps off sides right there. Curry drops back. Got a lot of players deep. Launches one, and Ortega looks like he was just out of bounds. Tries to get a little Tony toe tap along the sideline, but unable to do it.
Yeah, now 3rd and 12 coming up, and most of their success for the Hawks has been those outside pass plays, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening anymore with the Sidewinders being able to defend those boundaries really well. Time to attack the middle of the field, and even though you only have one timeout.
So penalty right there. Actually, sorry to cut you off there, Ethan, but chop block right there on the defense. Cutting, I guess, would be the other way to say it, and it's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Hawks, so a little bit of new life here.
Okay, and usually it goes the opposite way. Usually it's the offensive players with the chop blocks or cutting, like you said. But there you go. There's a little bit of the match going off, trying to light the fire back into the Hawks. So try and go for a deep shot, though. I mean, you still have the 2-minute warning to work with, which will stop the clock. So.
Timeout going to be taken right there by the Sidewinders, so we'll step aside. Be right back after this.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Dane Palmer here with Ethan Troll. Been a rough second half for both sides. Just going to blame it on the rain, I think, here with just over 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, the wet surface really hasn't affected either of these offenses, though, honestly. Things have dried up just a little bit near the end of this game, but now you've got a little more than 2 minutes to go. Let's see what the Hawks got.
Curry dropping back, firing downfield, and that pass broken up by a couple different Sidewinders defender. Looks like Micah Scott, the sophomore, was able to get in there and be part of that pass breakup.
That wasn't even just a breakup. That was a full three-player collision. They all went for the ball, and none of them even saw each other and just collided. But thankfully, they were all able to get up. But one of those Sidewinders or Hawks receivers is slow to limp off. I believe that's Christian Harvey trying to get off the field.
Hawks going to have to put the pedal to the metal here to get down into the end zone, try to bring this back to a one-score game.
Well, now the chain game's moving, so there must have been a penalty on the play. And they're going to have the ball sitting at the 36 now.
Going to move them even further up. The Hawks just getting a lot of opportunity here. Let's see if they can capitalize. Short-handed. Been a lot going on.
Yeah, without a doubt, a lot of injuries for both teams, especially the Hawks, who came into this game with a lot of injuries too, especially on the offensive line. But again, we'll see. The O-line has done an okay job at giving the QB time, Curry, but I don't know. They've got to take some shots at some point, especially with only one timeout.
Running out of options here late. 1 minute, 56 seconds remaining in this one.
Yeah, 3-by-1s, or no, now we're finally getting 5 wide.
Empty set here for Curry. Sends Williams in motion. The push pass to him. Defenders got to him early, trying to work his way out of it, not going to be able to.
I don't understand that play call at all, especially when you're down by 12. Why run a jet sweep? You've got to throw the ball down the field instead of going sideways. Go forwards.
I agree with the idea of trying to get it into the hands of Williams, one of your best playmakers. And maybe they thought he could get out there to the edge, pick up some yards, and then get out of bounds before too much time came off the clock. But right now, clock is ticking under a minute and a half now. Going to have to run a play quick here.
And they're taking their sweet time. They're
low snap for Curry. Fires to the left side, and there's nobody there. It's like he might have been trying to find Antrell Harris, but that one was way too high even for him to catch.
Yeah, like you mentioned, low snap, and it looked like it was all curl routes right there, or short routes even. Again, take this shot down the field. You still got 2 great playmakers out there. go deep. And now we got Christian Harvey back in the game, so at least he's back out there to help with those deep shots.
So nice to see Harvey got a receiving touchdown himself tonight. Archuleta out there in the slot. As well with Kalinowski over there just to the right of him. See now, oh, bad snap. Curry's just going to turn around and jump on it. So what was a really clean first half, competitive, close first half has kind of gone downhill here in this second half. With a player down, we will step away and be back after this.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Hawks trying to get it done here late. 12 seconds. 11-10. Flag flies. Going downfield. Nobody there for Curry. 7 seconds left on the clock.
That was 4th and 3, but there is a penalty marker down.
Penalty marker down. Still 4th down for the Hawks as the time is slowly dwindling away for what was a really impressive performance from the Hawks in this first half. A really entertaining final game of the year to the HJCAC. Looks like the Sidewinders are going to come out on top. 30-42, barring a little bit of a miracle here. Curry drops back, fires towards the right sideline. That pass straight through the hands of a defensive back. And that'll do it. Sidewinders come out on top. Gila River Hawks fall. And the final game of the HJCAC. Ethan, final thoughts.
Well, it was an honor to commentate the game with you, Dane, because it was a very entertaining game to say the least. Offenses did really good overall in this game, but at the end, near the end of the third quarter and all throughout the fourth, the Sidewinders defense locked down and the offense responded and pulled away with the game. Either way, a great performance overall from both teams.
Of course, we want to say thank you to everybody who watched, everybody up here in the box with us, everyone at the Varsity Sports Show. Once again, I'm Dane Palmer with Ethan Troll, Max Weiland, Ava Lombatis, Ryan Gaylord up here with us, Leon up, working the camera up top. We say thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.